Very good evening. 3 years on from waiting to see road racing on the Isle of Man. We are about to get our dreams and wishes come true as the bikes return to competitive action on the Isle of Man here in the south of the island at the Colas Balawn circuit. It is the Blackford Financial Services pre-TT Classic Road Race meeting. We've been dreaming, we've been wandering. The day has now come. Time is approaching to see racing and mass starts here at Balawn. We do have a practice session just before that, though. This is to make up for the fact that the 500 senior class didn't get out last night. There was a little bit of an incident and a red flag. Didn't complete laps. They've had a good practice, though, this afternoon. So they will be going out at 5:55. 500cc, it's race 8, and leave the holding area and proceed to the dummy grid. That will be 3 minutes past 6. We'll have the race commence, the practice. 6:15 is the approximate time for the end of the practice. And can also tell you as well that the race 1, the 250, 350 singles, instead of what was scheduled to be a 6:15 start, will be about 6:25. So not much of a difference. But important that these bikes get out and just make the adjustments if they've had a few issues, check everything's okay. But there is a bit of a sting in the tail because the recovery van will not be out this evening. If you retire on the course in this practice session and are racing in race 2 on your 500, you will not be able to race. So it is a gamble that they need to take and weigh up the pros and cons of going out. So we'll wait and see how many we get out there. Then the schedule is that we're going to have the SPR singles race. That's over 6 laps. And that is 2 races in one. There's a 250 and a 350cc class. Then we've got the AD Hewitt Dental Practice 1100cc race over 7 laps, due away at 7 initially. So that's probably about 10 past 7 now. And then we've got the sidecars to finish off a glorious day, Saturday the 28th of May. One for the red letters in your diary as road racing returns. The three-wheeling sidecar, race 1 over 4 laps, due away at 10 to 8. Approximately, as we say, with this practice session in before. So the first race, just give you the grid as we've got that now. Mike Hose is on pole. Joining him on the front row will be Alan Oversby and Bill Swallow. Second row, David Tetley, Rod Graham and Barry Davison. Then it'll be Andy Hunt, 104, along with 45 Adrian Scaife and 121 John Cliff. The numbers for the front 2 rows, 40 is Barry Davidson. This is the second row, 82 Rod Graham, 47 David Tetley. Mike Hose is pole and number 4. Alan Oversby 1. Bill Swallow is 86. There are some non-starters, and they are on page 30 of the programme. And the non-starters are 74, David Matravers, number 80, Stuart Robinson, 84, Vic Haskell, and 93, Richard Dunn. So those are your non-starters. Well, let's just head briefly to Cross Four Ways, and Rob Pritchard, who's been in as the course cars leave the start and finish line here on the bypass in Castletown. Rob Pritchard has taken to commentary like a duck to water out there at Cross Four Ways, but this is it now, Rob. We're time to go. After this practice session, we get the first 3 races.
Absolutely, Tim. Yes, very good evening, everyone. We absolutely can't wait to get racing underway. As you say, for the first time in 3 years, we've waited all too long for that. And could you ask for better conditions throughout today? And just sat here at Cross Four Ways, and I can honestly tell you, can categorically confirm, not a cloud in the sky around us here on the junction. It's absolutely baking hot out here at the moment. Will the temperatures drop later on as they did last night? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Well, it is 100% summery weather, but I must say, Tim, I think I'm possibly going to be causing a little bit of confusion out here, because not only have I got the Manx Radio fleecy jacket on, just with that slight breeze that's wandering over from the horizon beyond me, but also because Chris Kinley's courier service for the Factor 50 didn't make it to me whilst the roads were open, I've had had to take drastic measures to make sure my head doesn't end up getting too sunburnt, and so I've actually had to take the nearest thing I can find, and that was a woolly hat. So although it's 100% summer over here, Tim, I'm dressed in 100% winter garments, so read into that what you will. But yeah, plenty of spectators have returned after the brief interlude of the roads being open here. They, just like us, are looking forward to the racing. Back to you.
Thank you, Rob. Yes, the woolly hat conjuring up an image or two here, but at least you won't have that red Manx suntan with the lack of factor there for you. Of course, there was a road closure just for some sweeping to take place, a bit of oil down at Church Bend, so the road between Cross Four Ways and the bridge here at Castletown onto the bypass was closed for a short while, but did reopen for a good 40 minutes or so before they closed at 5:45. So with roads closed and the crowds beginning to gather to see some racing again around this Colas Balloon course, what's the atmosphere like down at the paddock and down at the club headquarters? Let's join Chris Kinley. My word, you can feel the adrenaline starting to build, and the anticipation is palpable.
It certainly is, Tim. Yeah, ahead 3 races, but first of all, like you said, that little practice with the 500 classics, the yellow plates with the black numbers are going to be going out obviously last night due to that incident, and then they got a little run a bit earlier on, but hopefully they aren't going to have any problems and they'll be able to get themselves around. They're going to have a quick chat. We've got a little bit of time before this practice starts, I think, and maybe have a quick word with the man who's been around Ballown quite a few times, and he sat rather chillingly sat here actually. Barry Davison running at number 40. Barry, lovely to see you back on our island again. Nice to be back a bit.
Brilliant, Chris, thank you very much. Yeah, it's been lovely. It's been a long 2 years or 3 years, whatever way you want to look at it. Lovely to be back, and the weather's been fantastic so far.
Talk us through the practice so far for you.
Yeah, it's been going good. We've had a good run. Fastest on the little 250 single. We've had some good top 5, top 6s on the 350s, 500s. So thereabouts. There's a few of the younger guys quicker, you know, and they're obviously going to be that way. So I think on Monday it's just a matter of getting to the end, really.
What was this record you set in Ireland this year? What was it? I was trying to remember it last night. The most races competed or something? What was it?
Well, at the stage I'm at the moment, I've got...
Is this because you're old like me?
Exactly. No, I've got 94, it's possibly maybe more. No, sorry, you're right. No, 94 road race wins. The aim was to try and get to the 100, obviously. And as I say, we've got a bit of the season left, so just keep chipping away and see, like, you know.
So where's next at home after obviously this?
Next at home for us will be Skerries.
Skerries. If anybody hasn't been to the Skerries, you must go down there. It's the Loch Shinny Club run, that, isn't it? They run a great event, don't they?
Fantastic, you know, and the Loch Shinny Club has been really good to me over the years. In fact, they're really good to all the riders, you know, and they put on a fantastic show. And again, I've always said it, there's like places like the Isle of Man and Skerries, and the atmosphere is electric, you know, it's brilliant, like, so.
And your local race in Mid-Antrim back again at the end of the year?
Yes, exactly, that's really good to see that, you know. It's had a few tough years, but it's back again now, so it's fantastic.
So the 500 practice first, just go for a little tootle around just to check a few things?
Yeah, exactly. I just go for a few runs, check a few things out, you know, we've maybe altered from earlier on today, and then also gives you a wee bit of an eye in for the seniors race. It's like a couple of quick warm-up laps.
Yeah. Wind's picked up a bit. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I was just thinking that myself, especially on the single. It's not so bad on the twins, like, you know, but on the single maybe. So, but we're going now and that's it, like, so.
All right, Barry, let you crack on, get his earplugs. Thank you, Barry Davison, off there at number 40. And as you quite rightly say, the guys just want to go out for a couple of runs. Number 32 about to go out as well. 32 is Richie Stott on his G50 Matess. That's lovely, that is number 32. Number 3, the machine of Dominic Herbertson. Now, Dominic hasn't got his race gear on, so I don't think Dom's going to be going out for a run in this bike. Now, the Barry Davison number 40 machine will be fired up any second now. There she goes, just shunks away. Sounds nice to give him a racing bike. Number 6, Mark Parrott, brings a yellow plate with the black numbers onto the road. 55, Mike Russell goes as well. So there is a few going out. 85 also. That's of course Danny Pullen. Those campaigns at Suzuki down here, the twin, doesn't he? Number 44 there too, Rob Hodson. 75. Also heading out for a little bimble round, Neil Lloyd on his Honda. nice to see John Watterson from Alderman Newspapers down here. Watty said he's going to be taking a few photographs up at the start line for the start of the race. So Tim, keep your eye out for Watty. Who else have we got? Number 24 is about to go as well. We'll just watch our backs through here. 24, excuse me, is Scott Wilson. Good to see Scotty back here on the island as well, doing some racing. How you doing? You know, it's great to see people that you haven't seen, like Barry there. I seen Barry last year when we went to Armoyan. I seen him at the Northwest, but there's people you just haven't seen for a few years. And I said this the other night, didn't I? See happy, smiling faces. 81, that's the Izzard Racing Machine. Keith Clark about to go out on that. 99, Arthur Browning. I think that will be machines out on the circuit by the noise I can hear anyway. They don't want to get on with this stuff because we've got a couple of races to get in. So yeah, that will be machines out on circuit. So we'll hand to Rob in a minute or two. Mike Hose is going to be going out for a couple of laps on the 500 Yamaha. So yeah, he's on the 500 Yamaha this time. Yellow plates with the black numbers. Watch your backs. Number 41 Colin Stockdale, the newcomer from Saltburn by the Sea. I think that's nearly about it. I think everybody who was going to go out is going out for this short practice session. Then we'll be underway with race number 1, and you'll have all the details on the times and grids on that. But in good time, let's get to Cross Four Ways for the first practice of the evening. Then we'll go on racing. Let's go to Rob Pritchard.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. And I think it's just another nod of appreciation towards the Southern 100 Club, isn't it? The way they're and always have been able to adapt and just allow these 500cc machines that chance to get out after the circumstances of the cancellations around the session yesterday evening. So excellent work once again by the Southern 100 officials to make sure that they get the outing that they deserve in the glorious sunshine here. And I think we can just about start to hear some of those whining engines making their way up and down the stretch there, and yes indeed, hoping to see them in just a couple of moments time here. As I mentioned just before, plenty of returns down here to make sure they're spectating for the exciting spectacle that is the racing to come. And the first Ryder Hoves interview around Maggie's Cottage, and that is number 61, that's Leon Murphy on the 500 Honda, and then two more emerging just a couple of seconds later. There's number 44 and 55, so that's Rob Hodson and Michael Russell on board the 500 Manx Norton, the Izzard Racing one there to take things through. Number 40 there it goes through Barry Davidson. Number 6 as well, that's Mark Parrott, and number 75 there is Neil Lloyd on the 498 Honda CB500 there. So there's the first group of 5 or 6 so that have made it through on what's going to be a rather brief practice session, I think, by the looks of things. And now they're starting to come a little steadier now as they make their way around Williams Corner. You might be able to hear that just in the background. And next through is going to be 58 and 24 here. So number 58, that is Carl Fox and Scott Wilson. Number 24 should be overtake there. A couple more through. Mike Hose through as well at number 4. Number 99 is Arthur Browning just slotting in beside him. And it's time to go back to you, Tim, I believe.
Yep, first rider spotted on the bridge, coming into view on the Castletown bypass now, and it is number 61, Leon Murphy. No times because, of course, they haven't completed a full lap, but there is 44, Rob Hodson. 55 goes through, that's Michael Russell. Another bike just cresting over the top of the hill there. That's number 40, Barry Davidson. Great to hear him talking to Chris Kinley earlier there. Number 6 is through, that's Mark Parrott. 75 crosses the line, that is Neil Lloyd. So Neil Lloyd, number 75 on the 498 Honda, the CB500 from Lloyd's Racing. He hails from Wednesbury. And Leon Murphy is the one who's got the open roads ahead. 4 and 24 through, that's number 4, Mike Hose. Number 24, Scott Wilson. 3 together. So that's Keith Clark is through, number 81. Number 32, Richard Sott is through. 58, Carl Fox. And number 99, Arthur Browning. That was the noise of Danny Pullen going through. Danny Pullen, number 85. And he's on that Triumph, distinctive change of tone with the Triumph going through. So they will be heading out, another rider interview towards Cross Four Ways. And when they come back here, we will get the details. That is Colin Stockdale, number 41. Let's go to Cross Four Ways and Rob.
Yeah, great timing, Tim. First one over the horizon and coming through Maggie's Cottage here, and it is number 16 here actually making his way through there. That's Geoffrey Vermeulen on board the 500 Westlake there, and coming in again, number 61. There he is, Leon Murphy, followed closely by number 44, Rob Hodson. He's closed up the gap ever so slightly, and number 55 popping in now just a couple of seconds later. There's Michael Russell, who just dropped off a bit, or Hodson has made its way forward rather. Barry Davidson, number 40, he's through safe and sound as well. So a little bit of gap closing between the man in front and the man in second here. And here is number 6, that's Mark Parrott making his way through as well. So that first group through Cross Four Ways, and coming up just now, number 75 is there. That's Neil Lloyd making his way round, and then a bit of a gap as the next emerges through Maggie's Cottage in the sunshine. And there he is, number 4, Mike Hose. Found himself in a bit of a bunch earlier in the last lap as he came through here. Here's number 24, Scott Wilson, made a bit of a pass around here on Cross Four Ways as well. Back to you, Tim.
Thanks very much, Rob. And first bike interview. 16, that is. So that's Geoffrey Vermeulen just completing his sighter. 44 indicating he's coming in. That's Rob Hodson. 61, Leon Murphy. That's number 55, Michael Russell. He's second of these bikes that are out. Not now, because 40, Barry Davidson has gone second. Rob Hodson, who indicated he was coming in, 88.558 miles per hour. As number 6, Mark Parrott, goes through and slots into 4th. So 40, Barry Davidson is in second at 87.586 miles per hour. 75 and 4 goes to the top of the pile. Mike Hose, 90.628 miles per hour. That's number 24, Scott Wilson, through. So it is now a new order for Mike Hose as the first of these bikes that have gone out at 90.628 miles per hour. Number 81, Keith Clark, goes through. Second is 44, Rob Hodson at 88.558 miles per hour. That is number 99, Arthur Browning. And 32, Richard Sott, through. So third is number 40, Barry Davidson at 87.586 miles per hour. Fourth is number 55. And that's Michael Russell at 86.989. And then it's fifth, number 24, Scott Wilson. Let's go to Robert Cross Four Ways.
Yeah, we're just awaiting for the first to emerge, and you mentioned Mike Hose there. He seemed to have got himself clear of traffic as he went through last time. Here comes number 16, that's Geoffrey Vermeulen making his way through, and next to Maggie's Cottage here is... It's number 55 emerging here, so that's Michael Russell on the Manx Norton. But yeah, Mike Hose, he just freed himself of the group he found himself amidst on that first lap. So clearly, as he'd broken free from some of the congestion around the circuit, wherever that may have been, it's obviously benefited his speed extremely well there. And Rob Hodson, he closed up a little bit of a gap as well to the man in front. Here is number 6 making his way through. That's Mark Parrott, safely through Cross Four Ways as well. No issues at all. He'll be roaring up towards Church Bends, as we could just hear him in the background there. Fair bit of a gap now as we continue to look down this sun-kissed horizon, and well, my word, you can hear that engine a long, long way away as the next begins to emerge, and that is number 75, that is. So Neil Lloyd making quite a racket as he comes through, just ahead of number 24, Scott Wilson, who makes his way safely round. Time to go back to you, Tim, I think.
Yet a couple of bikes have been spotted. And that is number 16, so that is Geoffrey Vermeulen goes 7th. 55 through Michael Russell, he moves up to 3rd at 88.341 miles per hour. So Michael Russell, bike number 55, just pips ahead there of number 40, Barry Davidson, who's relegated down into 4th place. So the quickest is number 4, Mike Hose. That's number 6, Mark Parrott. He's up into 5th place with that latest lap, 85.879 for him. The checkered flag's still not out. The session's still live, so they can get more laps in if they wish, but they don't want to break down if they're involved in the second race here, if they're on their 500, because they won't have a bike to race. 2 more into view. We'll listen to them. That was 24, Scott Wilson. He's into 6th place. And number 75, Neil Lloyd. He is in 10th position of the bikes competing in this extra practice session to make up for a little bit of lost time for these 500cc machines. So Mike Hose, quickest at 90.628 miles per hour. Rob Hodson, number 44, 88.558 miles per hour, is second. Third is number 55. That is Michael Russell at 88.341. Then in 4th, it's number 40, Barry Davidson, another rider indicating they're coming in. That is 99, Arthur Browning. But let's go to Rob at Cross Four Ways.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. It's a bit of a delicate balancing act, I think, isn't it? Because they'll want to get the practice out here, but you certainly won't want any mechanical issues at this point. And hoving interview once again is number 16, and that is Jeffrey Vermeulen with plenty of space out in front of him just to get himself safe and well round Cross Four Ways here. And now we await to see who's going to be next over the horizon, coming past down through Williams Corner, waiting to see. And it's Jeffrey Vermeulen has plenty of space to himself to just do what he needs to do as he makes his way to the likes of Church Bends, and we can hear that very distinctive machine in the background there coming through. It's number 6. That's Mark Parrott just going down through the pegs here, making his way once again through Cross Four Ways and roaring on over that crest behind us over on Corner Cottage here. So things are rather spread out, just the 2 through so far since you last came to us here under the sunshine. Waiting to hear more coming over the horizon. Indeed, I can just spot them in the distance, trying to look through that, what was the optical illusion yesterday, and it's number 24. That's Scott Wilson, again, going down through the gears, and round he goes up towards that crest, heading towards Church Bends here. Things a bit more spread out at the moment. Back to you, Tim.
Yeah, not too many machines out there, but that is number 16, Jeffrey Vermeulen. He stays in 7th place. His second lap was the quickest there at 85.185. Did seem a drop of the revs as he went over the finish line here, so maybe he is pulling in, and we'll have even less machinery out on the Colas Blanc course. But the checkered flag is on display, and that means the session coming to an end, so they'll all be turning in now. That is Mark Parrott, number 6. He's gone up into 5th place. That's his quickest lap, 85.944 miles per hour. But Mike Hose, who's already gone back to the pits, just did the 2 laps. He's the quickest at 90.628 miles per hour. Then it's also just doing the 2 laps was number 44, Rob Hodson. That's 24, Scott Wilson finishing. He's in 6th place. Rob Hodson at 88.558 miles per hour. Third is number 55, Michael Russell. 75 across the line, Neil Lloyd. Michael Russell, quickest on lap 3 at 88.341. Fourth is number 40, Barry Davidson. Just did the 2 laps, 87.586 miles per hour. Fifth is number 6, Mark Parrott. He's done 4 laps out there, 85.944. Sixth, number 24, Scott Wilson. Scott Wilson, 85.740. Seventh, number 16, the newcomer, Jeffrey Vermeulen, 85.185 miles per hour. Eighth, number 61, Leon Murphy. Just the 2 laps for Leon, 84.682 miles per hour. Ninth, number 81. It's number 32 completes again. Ninth is number 81, Keith Clark, 81.550 miles per hour. 10th, number 75, Neil Lloyd. He's done 4 laps. Quickest was lap 2, 80.578 miles per hour. 11th is number 99, Arthur Browning. He did 3 laps, 79.100 miles per hour. 12th, just seen him over the line, number 32, Richard Sott. He's done 4 laps. Quickest was the third at 78.028 miles per hour. That's 58 crossing the line, and that's convenient because he's next one we were going to be reading out. He stays in 13th. Number 58, Carl Fox. 4 laps for him. Quickest was lap 3 at 73.574 miles per hour. 14th is number 85, Danny Pullen. He did the 3 laps, 71.791 miles per hour. And in 15th, and the last of the bikes that went out, Colin Stockdale. He did just the 2 laps, and the second lap was quickest at 71.154 miles per hour. So that would appear to be just about it, unless Jeffrey Vermeulen may be getting a 4th lap in. I'm not quite sure whether he pulled in or not, but the indication will be coming as the train goes through. On an evening journey from Port Erin into Douglas, and as seems to be the case on the Isle of Man, all the passengers wave, and the officials here wave, the people in the grandstand and here at the Castletown bypass waving to the passengers. Really nice to see, and that is all the runners and riders safely home, because here is the travelling marshal just coming back in and past the grandstand, the number 2 bike. So let's head our way back out to Chris Kinley, because the whole mindset changes now. We move from the practice session into race mode, and I, for one, cannot wait, Chris.
Yeah, me too, Tim. The travelling marshals have just made their way down here. They'll have a travelling marshal and they'll have the car in front of the competitors when they get released from the holding area down there, which won't be too long away. I'm just having a little look at this. Now, this is one of the ones, Tim, we have to keep an eye on 2 classes. Class 1, 175 to 250s. Lap records of the 250s is Bob Jackson on that 250 Suzuki. That will be from 1997. Yes, 1997. 83.42 miles per hour. Then we've got the 350 lap record. They're class 2. They've got the blue plates. So 251 to 350cc blue plates. So green plates for the 250s and the 350s on the blue plates. Roy Richardson holds that from 2009. So what's that, 13 years ago? Wow. 88.44 miles per hour. The poleman will be Mike Hose. And damn shame that we don't have Keith Shannon, isn't it, really? Had the problems there with the Cottontail. So I think you said, Timmy, he cracked the cylinder head, and that's it then. That's the job done on that one. But the Traveller Marshals are here, and don't those Fireblades, the anniversary ones, look really, really nice. There's a coloured one, and there's also the dark coloured one, and it's also the 30th anniversary colours in the same colours that John and Glenn will be running. John McGuinness, that is, in Glen Irwin at the TT. So we are looking good. Machines are now starting to move down forward. I'll start to run through the grid for you, Tim, and give you the details. Bikes are now on the move. So number 4, Mike Hose, will be in pole position. Winner of this race in 2003, 2005, 16 and also 18. The winner in 2019, of course, was Alan Oversby. The winner of the 250 class in 2018, of course, was Keith Shannon, 86, the first bike here. Bill Swallow, Bill will be on the front row. So Mike Hose, number 4, Alan Oversby, number 1, and Bill Swallow, number 86. That is your front row. Row number 2 is number 47, David Tetley, on the 350 Norton Manx. And I love this, they have the end in your programme, hopefully. It's page number 30, by the way. David Tetley has on there, normally have a sponsor's name, but he's just put Self, which is great. Alongside him will be number 82 on his 250 Ducati Daytona, that's Rod Graham. And number 40 will be Barry Davison on the 250, so Barry could be a favourite for a win here. Row number 3 is 104 Andy Hunt, he's a newcomer, with number 45 next to him. 45 is A.D. Scaife on the 350 Air Mackie, and number 121 John Cliff on the 350 Max Norton, he's from Whitby. Row number 4, number 57 Brian Nicol, Brian's on the 350 Max Norton. 39 Eddie Poole on the 350 Max Norton, Sheila Poole sponsoring on that one. And completing row number 4, number 67 Jeff Bates of Thornton Cleanleys on the 250 Bates machine. Row number 5 is number 72, that's Ian Bainbridge. Number 96 Terence Sansom, and number 27 Alan Smallbone. So a pretty packed grid so far. Row number 6 is number 99. Number 99 is Arthur Browning. He's just been out in that 500 Classic practice. 97 next to him will be newcomer Jeff Smith. 68 62. 62 is Jack Hunter, of course. Jack is right next to me now on his 250 Rupert Murden sponsored Ducati. Row number 7, number 76 is there, Royston Phipps on his 250 Honda. 71 should be next. 71 is Richard Boole, and number 92, that's Mick Morton on his Sealy 7R. Mick's just there as well. Number 90 is on row number 8 we are back to now. That's Mike Barry. Mike is on the 250 Ducati, and the final starter should be there, number 102, and that is Nick Penny on the 250 Jeff Monty Special. So 8 rows, so we got 7 rows of 3, so that's 21, plus 2 is 23, and at the back of this group will be number 26 on the red plates, so don't be confused. He's just asked permission from the organisers if he can go out and have a little tool around, but we are ready to go racing. It's the SPR Singles Classic Race. 2 classes in this, just to remind you again. The green plates and the blue plates. They're just waiting for the OK. They've checked the grid. What they do is here, they have a grid layout exactly the same as what they have at the start and finish line. And they all have to go in their grid positions to be checked off the sheet here. They'll go round for their warm-up lap. They will then line up on the bypass alongside Tim in the little grid slots. You know what the grid slots look like? They basically look like a square cut in half with their road numbers on it. I'm stood by road number 5. The lovely machine of Alan Smallbones at 27. This plate on the 250 Ducati Meccania on the side of the bike there. And it looks really, really smart, really clean, really tidy. Drum brakes front and rear obviously on these older bikes. Some of them can run the discs. Number 97's got a disc on the front, Jeff Smith on the little 200 Honda. Happy, gives a bit of a thumbs up, he's happy. And that's a very small, tiny little bike as well. Jack Hunter on the little Ducati, he's just there as well. I don't know who's going to win this. This could be cracking. Remind about those lap record speeds, 83.4 for the 250s. I don't think anybody really is going to get anywhere near that, but the 350 lap record, hey, you never know. 88.44. Roy, if you're listening over there in Blackpool, Roy Richardson and gang, stand by, we're about to go racing. I think the first Traveller Marshal will be heading up. We are just about ready to go. Stand by here on the Isle of Man and around the world here on Manx Radio, Radio TT. Good evening to you. Time just coming to pass as the bikes leave us. 17 minutes past 6. The bikes are now on the circuit. And as I said, with 26, Dennis Booth just keeping up the rear there now. Dennis will have to wait at the back of the grid when they form it up. So, Rob, Pritchard, get ready for your first race start. And I tell you what, wait for the sidecars a little bit later on. Unless you've got anything to add, Tim, we'll hand straight out to Rob.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Absolutely can't wait. It's like the calm before the storm here over at Cross Fourways under this beautiful holding weather as well. Everyone waiting patiently, as we all have been, not just today, not just since yesterday, but for the last 3 years. We are going to go racing. We absolutely cannot wait here, and just that lull as we look towards the sun across the horizon there, waiting for the bikes to make their way through. Just wait to hear the sound of noise, I guess it is, as they've been starting to make their way round. Be interesting to see that plenty of time, these 2 classes, to get used to the circuit as well. Most of them have, of course, apart from the 500cc's that had to adapt, and of course got that little practice session before as well. I think we could just about start to hear the noise coming from the background. Will have possibly making their way past the stables over at this point. It's like a wild animal charging towards you, isn't it? In terms of the noise, you can feel the rumble from a fair distance away. No doubt it's going to hit us extremely shortly here, and the noise is rising. The anticipation is building as we wait to see who's going to emerge first here as part of the group making their way round to that grid. Just builds the suspense, doesn't it? There we go. There's the distinctive sound of them making their way across the horizon. Indeed, I can see them here, led by the travelling marshal here on this little sighting lap before we get the real deal underway here. So there is Mike Hose, and Alan Oversby making their way through, and then 86 and 47, so Bill Swallow and David Tetley and number 82 as well. Rod Graham, they've pulled out a little bit in front of the pack behind them. Leading the next pack is number 45, Adrian Scaife, and then we've got numbers 104, 40, Barry Davidson, he's in there, and number 121, that's John Cliff on the Manx Norton, 39 and 57. Everyone taking it just a little more carefully around here. Don't want to spoil anything mechanically as they make their way through. 67 and 72 and 97 all through as well. That's Jeff Smith there, number 62. Jack Hunter on the 250 and number 27 as well. There's Alan Smallbones, and 71 and 96 following up in that group. That's Richard Bull and Terence Sansom. Here comes number 76, Royston Phipps as well, 1992. Just leading things from the back. There's Mick Morton on the 350 Sealy, and then we've got 102 making their way in, 26. And the travelling marshals just backing things up, just making sure all is in order as they follow that pack who are going to be chomping at the bit to get things going here in these absolutely perfect conditions. And it is time. Handing back to you, Tim.
Yeah, spotted the travelling marshal just coming into view now, and a swarm of bikes behind him as they form up. The paddle boards have gone up with the indications of where row 1 and 2 and 3, etc. are, so the riders know exactly where they're heading. And the red flag just being displayed to make them stop here on the grid. As I can see, number 4 making his way forward, that is Mike Hose, he's in pole. It's interesting that I don't have to go too far down for the 250 class, because the middle of the second row is the effective pole sitter in that, in Rod Graham. And alongside him is number 40, and that is Barry Davidson. And then the first in the row behind, row 3, is Andy Hunt, number 104. And they have the green plates, the 250s. Just to remind you, Chris was quite right to make that distinction, just to help you. Green is the 250, the blue plates are the 350. So they're just about all in position now. And Ruth Costain making her way right to the back. Deputy Clark, and the green flag will be waved, and then we get the lights, the engage gear. Watch the lights. The anticipation is building. We are about to go racing here at the Colas Balown course. The pre-TT Blackford Financial Services race meeting. Watching the lights, watch the lights, watch the lights. Away we go. Mike Hose gets a good start, and it looks like everyone's safely away. Let's go to Chris, who's got the whole shot.
Yeah, who's going to get the whole shot as he comes towards us here? And it is number 47 from number 4 from 104 and 86 and 40. Yeah, 71. So number 47 got an absolute cracking start there. So David Tetley off the whole shot, Tim. He took it as he go into Ballachagan.
That is a tremendous start by Tetley, and looks like Mike Hose had got the start, but he just seemed to, as we handed back to you, just not quite get the real grunt going and make that progress forward. But David Tetley then from the second row has got into the whole shot and into the lead, heading towards Ballachagan. So the others that are on the grid, number 67, Jeff Bates, is in the 250, as is number 72, Ian Bainbridge, 96, Terence Sampson, 27, Alan Smallbones, 97, Jeff Smith, 76, Royston Phipps, 71, that's Richard Bull, 90, Mike Barry, and 102, Nick Penny. They are on the green plates and are in the 250 race, and for once we've got probably more in the 250 than we have in the 350, which is by no means always the case, usually the other way round. So the front row, Bill Swallow, number 86, number 1, Alan Oversby, and number 4, Mike Hose, taken by surprise by number 47, David Tetley, who had taken the lead as they headed down towards the club headquarters. Let's go to Cross Four Ways in good time. Rob Pritchard, here we go.
Yeah, here we go, Tim. For the first time in 3 years, a tidal wave of noise is making its way towards us. Absolutely fantastic. And we've got an absolute outright leader here, and it is number 4, Mike Hose. He's absolutely bombed it through there, and here he comes into cross four ways, a vast yawning chasm of a lead as they all come through. Then here comes numbers 86 and 47, so there you have it. That is Bill Swallow and David Tetley, who's dropped back a couple of places, 104.82, and there's Barry Davidson, number 40 in the 250s, followed by number 121, 39 making his way through as well. 45 minutes spread out here, 57 as well, perfectly through, and then 27, 72 side by side. 72 gets through on number 27. That's 2 of the 250s making their way through there. 72 with the move. Ian Bainbridge gets to the front of that pack. 3 more here. 71, 62, and 92 here, looking to go around the outside of 71 there. Brilliant move there. Couldn't quite get the number as they came through. There's number 90 as well, Mike Barry, and some excellent manoeuvres there round the corner in the first time that they've been racing around in anger across four ways. The first time in 3 years, and back into the pack is number 102, one of the 250s, Nick Penny here. Back to you, Tim.
Yes, we're having to do the guesswork because we've got a train heading from Douglas to Port Erin once again, and the smoke and steam completely obscures the bridge, so we didn't want to miss them. But here is our leader, and it is number 4, Mike Hose. 3 minutes 5.296 seconds. He's got a big lead. Number 86 is next, and then it's 47, David Tetley. So 86 is Bill Swallow. 104 and 82. 40 and 121, that's Andy Hunt, Rod Graham, Barry Davidson, John Cliff. Ed Poole's through, number 39. 45, Adrian Scaife, and 57, Brian Nicol. But the lead for Mike Hose is 11.3 seconds. 11.3 seconds he's eked out on the opening lap as the pole sitter. Didn't get the best of starts, but he's well away, and about a second down, just under, is 47, David Tetley in third. Bill Swallow, the man, number 86, in second position. Fourth is number 104, Andy Hunt. Fifth is number 82, Rod Graham. Sixth, number 40, Barry Davidson. Seven, number 121, John Cliff. Eighth is 39, Edward Poole. Ninth is number 45, Adrian Scaife. 10th is number 57, Brian Nicol. 11th, number 72, Ian Bainbridge. 12th is number 67, Jeff Bates. 13th is number 27, Alan Smallbones. 14th, number 97, and that is Jeff Smith. 15th is number 76, Royston Phipps. And it's Poole, Hunter, Sansom, Barry, Morton and Penny. So Mike Hose, 11.3 seconds is the margin he has over second place number 86, Bill Swallow, who's just ahead of David Tetley. Let's go to Rob.
Yeah, that lead for Mike Hose doesn't seem to be abating. If anything, it's increasing. Here he comes, Mike Hose, the race leader, number 4, straight through cross four ways here. It is an absolute chasm of distance that he's earned himself in this race. What a marker that is by the Morton man on the 350 Bull Taco. Absolutely brilliant here. And then a fair way back. Here coming through Maggie's Cottage is number 86, Bill Swallow, who does lead the way just into the turn here, and followed by number 47, David Tetley. He's third then in the 350 class as we await the further ones to come over the horizon here, and it is number 82 making his way through, wonderful, and Barry Davidson looking to get round the outside in the green plate classes, does so, just as he gets around cross four ways, he gets himself past 104, Andy Hunt there, so Barry Davidson the first of the 250s on the way through, he's 45 and 39 as well, so that's Adrian Scaife and Edward Poole safely through, following just a few seconds behind is Brian Nicol, number 57, number 67 on the way through. Time to go back to you, Tim.
Yes, thank you. We had a clear view of the bridge this time. No steam railway engine there, but here he is. That is Mike Hose at 85.640 miles per hour. And it's a comfortable lead. And just staring back up the road, there's just a bike now crossing the railway bridge and taking on Castletown Corner. But the lead has grown, if anything. And here's the man in second. And it's Bill Swallow. And 47, David Tetley, is in third, and the lead has gone out to a whopping 21.23 seconds. So a massive lead it is for bike number 4, Mike Hose. But of course, it's all about reliability as well. 82 through, And that was the first and second of our bikes. Andy Hunt is in the 104, the lead of the 250 race, with Barry Davidson, number 40, in second. Sandwiched in the middle of them was number 121, John Cliff. 45, Adrian Scaife is through, as is 39, Edward Poole, and 57, Brian Nicol. There's 67, Jeff Bates through as well. He's in the 250s, three together. That was 72, 97 and 27, Bainbridge, Smith and Smallbones. But Mike Hose, it's a whopping lead. He has a lead of 21.23 seconds. And of course, we're on the second lap of 6 in this race. So it is indeed a huge advantage that he's earned. Will it have grown at Cross Four Ways? Let's go out to Rob Pritchard.
We're about to find out. He's certainly not hanging about here, Mike Hose. I'd love to know what brand of coffee he uses in the afternoon break. Here he comes, round and through he goes. Mike Hose with an absolutely massive gap here. If you can tell me his coffee brand, I'd absolutely enjoy that, because I think I'd be getting plenty of work done in my job if I knew just what tactics and mindset he has coming through there. All alone as well. We're still yet to even see the next set of races coming through here. Just about hear it in the background, making their way round Williams Corner and over to Maggie's Cottage as well. Here he comes, number 86. That is Bill Swallow. He's got plenty of time to try and make up as he makes his way forward. Here comes number 47 as well. That's David Tetley. So that's the first of the 350s through here. Those are the front three of Mike Hose, Bill Swallow and David Tetley. No change there from the first couple of laps, and they seem to have pulled out a massive margin, those front trio, particularly Mike Hose. As we know, he's absolutely a man on a mission as it stands. And next to come through is the first of the 250s. Here it is. It's number 8 and number 82 there. Rod Graham on his way through, followed by Barry Davidson, number 4121. Time to head back to you, Tim.
Yep, such is the lead and the pace that is being set here by number 4, Mike Hose. Here he is. Not any quicker on that lap. It was still lap 2. It's the quickest at 85.640, but he did have a substantial lead over number 86 Bill Swallow, and in third number 47 David Tetley. We didn't get many through Cross Four Ways because of the lead that this man so far has managed to get out. It's halfway through. There's 86 Bill Swallow, 29.5 seconds the lead now. So an extended advantage. There's 47, David Tetley safely in third place, and he's around 7 seconds down on Bill Swallow. So next on the order that we had going through here was Rod Graham. And if that is still the case, number 82, he will be the leader of the 250s. Indeed it is. No, sorry, it's the 350 there, the blue. So Rod Graham is through, number 82. Barry Davidson, though, is up into 5th place, and he is in the 250, number 40. 6th is number 104, that's Andy Hunt. 7th is 121, John Cliff. And that was Adrian Scaife and Edward Poole going through. Blue plate 57, green plate 67. That's Brian Nicol and Jeff Bates. So it is Mike Hose by nearly 30 seconds. Let's go to Rob at Cross Four Ways.
It's an enormous gap, isn't it? As he's actually caught up to the back of the pack here. 102 coming in. Mike Hose right in behind there on Nick Penny as well. And there he goes round the outside. Mike Hose, he's certainly not waiting about. He's already made, by the looks of it, his first lap. We'll see what happens over the crest, of course, going towards Church Bends. But it is an absolutely enormous lead that he's carved out here. And nothing has changed in that respect over here at Cross Four Ways as we await for the much further in the distance travelling pack, of course, as Tim mentioned across the line before. It was Bill Swallow, number 86, and David Tetley, number 47, battling it out in second and third. Here is number 86, Bill Swallow. He's all alone as well, so the trio of the top three as it stands, coming through across four ways at least. Very, very spread out indeed. There goes Bill Swallow, number 86, and then following through Maggie's Cottage here is number 47, David Tetley. Had that fantastic start as well off the line, but just dropped back a couple of places here. But when Mike Hose is in this sort of form, there's very few who can catch him in this category. It has been absolutely wonderful. Things getting extremely spread out now. No time for any more, that it means. And over to you, Tim.
Yeah, just the top three through across four ways is all we could get. Here he is. Mike Hose, and still that second lap the quickest, 85.640. So he led by 29.5 seconds at the end of lap 3, the halfway point. So he's 2/3 of the way to completing. There's 102 through. That's Nick Penny. He's been lapped by the race leader, Mike Hose. A dominant performance, and well, he's got such good form. He is the leading winner down here at Boulogne. There is Bill Swallow, number 86, and it's 36 seconds now, the margin of the lead that he has. So Mike Hose, 18 wins at this meeting. There's number 47, David Tetley. So he is safely through. So is it going to be win number 19 for Mike Hose and extending that advantage in the all-time list of greats here at the Blackford's pre-TT Classic Road Races? Just the three through, and Swallow has extended his advantage over third place Tetley to around about 13 seconds. But here we are, four together. Let's hear them across the line. Oh, close action there between number 40, Barry Davidson, and 104, Andy Hunt. Just ahead of them was number 82, that's Rod Graham. And then there's 121, John Cliff. So that was absolutely tremendous action there. And let's just check, and no time indeed to check, because we need to get out to cross four ways. And Rob...
Yeah, we could just see the rest of the travelling pack making their way through, and Mike Hose lapping two more as he makes his way into cross four ways. He's past numbers 92 and 90, so that is Mick Morton and Mike Barry. He's past those as well. He's just leaving some of these machines for dead, as it were. So it's pretty much it's as you were in the front three, as it has been for the last couple of laps. Mike Hose is going to be very difficult to catch in this run of form. It's going to be an interesting battle, though, between the 250s up there, the likes of number 40, Barry Davidson, and number 104, Andy Hunter, in there as well. And just in the midst of that is on the 350 Manx Norton. So on the blue plates is number 121, John Cliff. And that advantage, as expected over the last couple of laps, is sizable. But he's not going to give up this man coming through here. Number 86, Bill Swallow, still carrying plenty of pace through there. He's certainly a man with intent as he makes his way through, looking to continue to extend that gap over number 47, David Tetley, who still hasn't come into our eye line yet as the next riders make their way. But we're not going to have time for that. It's back to you, Tim.
We've only got first and second through cross four ways. This is such a lead that Mike Hose, as he overtakes a few of the tail enders. There he is across the line. And 62 and 71 also crossing there with our race leader. They've been lapped, Jack Hunter and Richard Boole. 76 across the line, that's Royston Phipps. 92 and 90 also, that's Mick Morton and Mike Barry. And the clock is just ticking and ticking away, and that lead is growing and growing and growing for Mike Hose. We await number 86, Bill Swallow, and then we'll attempt to get a little bit more order into who is doing what in the 250, but I don't think we're going to be able to consolidate this before we go to cross four ways. There is number 86, and 86 is Bill Swallow, and the lead is 44.2 seconds. 44 seconds. Well, that is the proverbial mile ahead. Absolutely incredible performance by Mike Hose. Here's our man in third, number 47. Can tell you leading the 250s is Barry Davidson ahead of Andy Hunt. And then it is Jeff Bates. That's the top three as it stands at the end of the previous lap. But it's Mike Hose who is 44 seconds ahead now, 44.252 seconds if you want it to be absolutely exact. And then, Bill Swallow's on his own, really, in second ahead of David Tetley. There's the leader, 104. 250 leader is Andy Hunt. Let's go out to cross four ways.
Absolutely, and here he is, barreling round Maggie's Cottage again. Mike Hose, number 4. Absolutely no one else in sight as he cruises through that way. I think with the gap that he's developing, he could have time to read a small book on his way round through Church Bend. Certainly wouldn't advise it, though. But that battle that's going on in the front of the 250s there between 104 Andy Hunt and number 40 Barry Davidson, that's turning into a fantastic spectacle here at Cross Four Ways when they are making their way round. But it is that the front three, those three 350s, and we've just got a couple of the lap bikes making their way through number 71 and 62. So that is Richard Bull and Jack Hunter. They're making their way round here, as does number 92 as well. So that's Mick Morton making his way round here and emerging as well. Number 76, we've got Royston Phipps there as the start to make their way through. Here is number 90, followed closely by that man, Bill Swallow. Will he go for the dive through? No, he doesn't take any chances. In behind Mike Barry there it was on the 250 Ducati. I'm not going to have time to get to 250s. Back to you, Tim.
Yeah, there isn't time, such is the lead, and I think we're about to see the checkered flag being waved for win number 19 for number 4, Mike Hose. Tremendous performance, and he is a country mile ahead, so I think we'll go straight to Chris because we'll be able to get the reaction and we'll fill in the rest as we go. What a performance. Win number 19 for Mike Hose. Chris Kinley.
Yeah, he got a good round of applause when he came into the little winners enclosure here now. 19 wins, as you quite rightly say. The old Bull Taco's got him in again. Excellent stuff. Looks really smart too. Was it 85 points, something like that, on one of the laps? So we'll let Mike take his gloves off. We're waiting for the second place runner to go past. Another podium it will be for Bill Swallow around here. Chris Palmer gets in and has a quick chat with him as well. So the machine will be wheeled up onto the thing. 2 classes in here, so we must keep a little eye on all them classes too. So 86 should be second, 47 should be David Tetley. He should be taking third place. He's just having a quick screen clean. Jack Hunter finishes number 62, and also 71 finishes there. Race Richard Bull. We'll let Bill Swallow confirmed in second place, but 19-time winner around here. The beaming smile is back. Mike, lovely to see you. Well done.
Glad to be back. Absolutely fantastic.
Talk us through that race. I mean, you cleared off 11 seconds after one lap.
Well, Lee Gawley, who owns the bike, said, I can give you a winning bike for that. He wasn't wrong, was he?
He wasn't far wrong. 85.4, I think it was your quickest lap.
Yeah, still steady. That's not out the ballpark, is it? But bike ran brilliant and fantastic race.
No Alan Oversby chipping at your heel, though, was there?
No, normally there will be. There will be in the next race, don't you worry.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys as well, and Bill gets another podium round here. I'd love to count up how many podiums he's got. Lee Gawley was a good rider in his own right, wasn't he?
Yeah, it still is.
He had a big do at the Ulster Grand Prix a few years ago. He's obviously all right for that now. Then I take it if he's listening.
Ish, yeah.
New bike races. How does that feel to win 19 around Boulogne?
Honoured. Fantastic.
Good man. Well done, Mike. Cheers. Well done.
So,
Thanks, buddy. Cheers. He's quite speechless there. And Bill Swallow's here again. Bill, I must go back through the records and count up how many podiums you've had around here now. How many would you like to try and count?
I think I got 16 wins and I don't know, another 10 podiums or something. I don't know, to be honest.
He was gone, wasn't he,
It was
Mike?
a different race, was Mike.
Oh, he was away. Well, where did he get clear?
Right off the line. It was so fast, that Bull Taco. I mean, it's Ken Platt's bike, and I've ridden that, and I know how quick it is. Embarrassingly fast. But this is Kay Street's 7R. She raced out in the Manx years ago, and we sort of got it out of the shed. It's been in the shed for 15 years, and it's seized up, so we got it going again, and there we are.
Good fun?
Thank you. Yeah, great fun. I didn't enjoy practice. I thought You know, but when the race came, you get a different head on.
You certainly do. Bill, lovely to see you again.
Yeah, thank you.
And Dave Tetley gets a third. Hey, how is that? What a start!
Well, thanks. Yeah. Well, I think I was gifted it really when I third place with Alan dropping out. But
Where did you see him pull off the track? Was it on the
just
warm-up lap?
Yeah, just on the warm-up lap. It was fiddling with the fuel tap, but it must have stopped. But yeah, more than happy to finish behind Bill and Mike. I mean, they're brilliant riders, aren't they? So I had my collarbone plated 3 weeks ago. So
Oh, heck. How does it feel now?
sore.
Completely sore.
It's not that bad, but yeah, I wouldn't want to go any faster.
Good man. Well done. Get up on that podium. Cheers. Thank you. So there's your first three in the Office Equipment Centre, the singles race, the SPR singles race. Just tidy up the 250s for me, Tim.
Yeah, a tremendous win for newcomer Andy Hunt. He was fourth overall. He finished just under 3 seconds ahead of second place number 40, Barry Davidson. And then in third place is number 67, Jeff Bates.
Okay, Tim, thank you very much for that. And so we are about to do the podium. George, are you ready to go with the podium now? The old scaffolding thing here had a bit of an ipso collapso sort of moment, and it always does. It's been sat in the shed for 3 years. It's not done anything. So well done to David Tetley getting that third place. Well done to Bill, and well done to Mike. The top three. Are you ready to go, George? Or you want to?
Yeah, I mean.
Who's doing the presentation? Who's doing the presentation? So Miles Walker's doing it. We'll speak to the 250 guys in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got Martin. Hi, Martin. Okay.
Going to introduce him.
Yes, Martin Stratford-Parson doing the presentation, and Sir Miles Walker. Thank you, guys. You ready to go? We are ready to go, folks. We'll do the interviews for the 250 in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, in third place, number 47 is David Tetley. Well done, David. Give him a round of applause, folks. Just telling us on the interview, he's had his collarbone plated the other week, so he's got some lovely Foraging Vintners champagne as well. So well done to David. We're going to the winner first, are we? Hang on, we're the wrong way around. See, we haven't done this for 3 years. Right, we're going to do third place first. Just bear with us. It's been a little while. So well done to David. Congratulations. Gets the handshake. Well done to Bill Swallow. Yet another podium around here at Ballown. Great stuff for Bill. And now a 19-time winner around the Colas Ballown circuit. Number 4, Mike Hose, folks. So there we go. There's your top three. Let's speak to our winner then. Let's get lap time. Andy Hunt, where are you? A little camera on. Is that still going? I hope so as well. How does that feel to be a newcomer here with the orange bib on and get a win against the likes of Barry Davison, who's an established classic racer?
Oh, it's marvellous. I can't believe it. I really sort of hoped for a good midfield and a finish, but to beat him, it was incredible, yeah.
Did he get past you? Did he show you a wheel?
Oh, we were neck and neck, I think, quite a lot of the race. He passed me a few times. I've got a bit more speed than him, which helped. Being a novice, I'm not quite so good on the corners, and he was making up a lot of time there, obviously. But
did you learn anything from being in behind him at any point?
I did, yeah. Anybody I was behind, I was learning all the time. So hopefully for the lightweights next race, it'll be even better.
So if I pinched you now, would you believe this has happened in one of those moments? Is it?
Oh yeah, definitely not. No, this is marvellous. Yeah, to come to a place like this and win, that's made my day.
What do you make of the circuit?
It was frightening to start with. The faster I've gone, the nicer it's got.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Congratulations. So a debut winner. Let's speak to Barry Davison. So well done to the top three there off there. And Barry just speaking to Jarno Holland, and he kept you honest, didn't he? And got in front.
Yeah, good race. Very, very good race. As I say, I just didn't get the best of start. It was the first time we've raced. It's the first time we've raced a little bike, so I wasn't just sure how to get off the line and stuff like that, but didn't get the best of starts. And then I just suddenly realised how much speed Andy had as well. He had loads more top end speed than me, but the little bike was built. You know, I've got such a good bunch of mates. They built this little bike over the last couple of years during lockdown and stuff, and it's been fantastic. This is its first race and proper. And to finish second on it, we're over the moon with it. So
well done, Baz.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
again.
buddy. Cheers. Thanks, buddy. Cheers. And Jeff Bates is here as well. I'm not going to tell you what the competition question is for next week anyway. Gets a handshake from Mike. Nice to see you again on the podium again at Ballown. Good stuff.
Thank you. Yeah, second podium on this bike. I've only ridden it twice, so
that's
I'm
good
still
record.
learning how to ride it. You know.
Good race.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, messed the start up, but that's one of the things, in it. Getting away good.
Never mind texting me on an evening when I'm doing the radio show at Banks Radio to be back here. Explain to the listeners how that feels.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, the weather's brilliant today as well, isn't it? So yeah, good to be back on the Isle of Man. Yeah,
good man. Well done.
All right, thank you,
Jeff. Thanks very much. So there we go, folks. Your front three in the 250s, and Martin again from SPR is going to be doing the presentation for this one. So, yep, that's it. Yep, that's it. You've got it, all three. So, ladies and gentlemen, in third place, just had a quick chat with them there. Number 67 from Thornton Cleveley's Jeff Bates, folks. Give him a round of applause. Come on, Martin, get up that ladder. Third place is number 67. Well done, Jeff. Congratulations. Gets the hat. Second place after a big battle with number 104, Andy Hunt, your winner, Barry Davison. And your race winner on his debut with a smile like a Cheshire cat, number 104, Andy Hunt. Excellent stuff. So there's your first three in the 250. Tim will hand it back to you and get set up for race number 2.
Great stuff. Great to hear the podiums being awarded there, the laurels handed out, and the Foraging Vintners champagne given to the winners. So it was a dominant performance by Mike Hose. He won by just under 50 seconds, number 4, ahead of 86 Bill Swallow. Third place was number 47, David Tetley. Fourth was 104, and he was the winner, as we've been hearing. Andy Hunt, a debut win as well in the 250 class. Fifth was number 82, Rod Graham. Sixth was number 40, and second in the 250s, Barry Davidson. Seventh was number 39, Edward Poole. Eighth was number 45, that's Adrian Scaife. Ninth was number 67, Jeff Bates. He was the third place man in the 250 race. 10th was number 57, that's Brian Nicol. 11th, number 27, Alan Smallbones. 12th, number 97, newcomer Jeff Smith. 13th, number 62, Jack Hunter. 14th, number 71, Richard Boole. 15th, number 92, Mick Morton. 16th, number 76, that's Royston Phipps. And 17th was number 90. And the last of the 250s to finish, which is an achievement in itself, because if you're going to claim a win, you first got to finish. Of course, reliability is key. And so Mike Berry finished in 17th position. So Mike Ho's an absolutely dominant win, and I'm trying to recall a race that I've been involved in here where we've only got the front two, the first two through cross four ways, before we're screaming on the bridge and asking for the handover back here at the Castletown bypass at the start and finish line at the club. Race HQ. Well, let's just see what he thought of the first race that he's commentated on down here at the Colas Balown course, and out at cross four ways is Rob Pritchard. That was dominant.
It absolutely was. Just great to see racing back, I think it is. And I think at the 350s there, it seemed like the die was cast pretty early on there. Congratulations to Mike Ho's, an absolutely dominant, sensational ride. And I just wanted to know that I don't begrudge him the fact that I was watching an absolutely fantastic battle in the 250s, the two front runners, Andy Hunt and Barry Davidson. Such was Mike Hose's commanding presence going forward that we were handing back to you, Tim, that we didn't get to see too much of that, or didn't get to explain too much of that, I think it's fair to say. But that was an absolutely fantastic battle in the 250s. Congratulations from here at Cross Four Ways as well to number 104, Andy Hunt, on his debut. A sensational ride against such an experienced figure like number 40 there, Barry Davidson, as well. So, real marker set down there, not just in terms of the times, but mentally as well. That'll be a big boost as well, no doubt, to be gaining that sort of advantage early on. It might set him in good stead for later on this evening. Great start from him. Looking forward to much more.
Thanks very much, Rob. And Mike Ho's now on 19 wins, and he's now 3 ahead of Bill Swallow on the pre-TT Classic Races Most Victories list. Bill Swallow on 16, and the legend that is Bob Heath on 15. Chris Palmer is next on 13. He's not. Alan Oversby's next on 14, and Chris Palmer 5th on 13. Well, this next race is promising to be not quite the same. I think we're going to have a battle royal in this one. Front row for race number 2, and race number 2 is the A.D. Hewitt Dental Practice 1100 Classic Race. Front row, number 3, Dominic Herbertson, number 36, Jamie Coward, and number 1, Alan Oversby. Let's go down and find out. I think the machines are coming forward. Chris Kinley.
Yeah, the very noisy one of Dominic Herbertson, number 3, who's our pole sitter. He's just rolled past us, as is Alan Oversby, and I'm sure he's going to be fuming about not being out in that last race. I can tell you, though, number 1, Alan Oversby, is, like we said, is here. He won it in 2019. He's not on the Eastern Rob North Triumph. He is on the 500 Honda. So a change there. The winner at 03, the winner just then, Mike Hose. He's on the... Where's Mike? Oh, he's back on row number 4. So we need to keep a little eye on that. So your front row is 3, Herbertson, 36, Jamie Coward, and 1, Alan Oversby. Second row, number 44, that's Rob Hodgson. 56, don't actually have a 56 in my programme, for some strange and unbeknown reason. I'm sure Tim will fill me in on that one. And number 40, we've just seen him out there, that of course is Barry Davison. Next row is 42, Andy Hornby, 54, Pete Boast, and 43, that's Gary Porter on the Rob North BSA. Row number 4 is number 4, that's Mike Hose. Number 100, that's Heffin Owen. And number 11, Stevie Elliott on the 500 Rutter Honda. 35 is on the next row. 35 is John Lee Pemberton. 61, that's Leon Murphy. And 91, who's in addition to your programme, Richard Bairstow. He's on a Pattern 500. So that is the first few rows. I think we won't be too far away from getting underway here. Just coming up to 7 o'clock here in the south of the Isle of Man. Welcome if you just joined us. Welcome if you just got off the boat and you're going to come and see some racing or here for the TT Festival. So I know the boat was looking pretty busy. All boats will be coming to the island ahead of the first TT practice on the TT Mountain Circuit tomorrow lunchtime. Full commentary team will be in action from just after 12 noon. I think it's round about then we go on air. You can catch all the action on AM 1360, iomtt.com, and don't forget you can live stream it as well with the TT Live Pass. I've seen the old hand movement. Let's get ready to rock. The travelling marshal has a look over the left shoulder. And our second race of the day, the A.D. Hewitt Dental Practice 1100cc Classic Race. The machines are away. What a noise. I think they've actually made that gate a lot wider than what it used to be. It's a double gate now, they're just free from a single gate. So that's your front 4 rows. We got back to row number 5, didn't we? Row number 6 is number 12, Richard Ford. Number 81 next in will be Keith Clark. And then the completing row number 6 will be number 49, that's Anthony Ambler. Row number 7 is 63, that's Ian Thompson. Number 16, a newcomer Jeffrey Vermeulen, and then 75, Neil Lloyd. Row 8 is number 2, Paul Cassidy, local man. 51 is Nikolai Klinker. He's on row number 8 in the middle. And then number 48 is Andy Kildare. Row number 9, 10 rows in this, by the way. Number 9 is number 96. That's Terence Sansom. Number 106 is next to him on that row. That is with the wind's picking up actually. Simon Lehane, who we spoke to a few hours ago, and number 94 next to him, Gordy Clark, newcomer. And then the last row is row number 10. So 9 times 3 is 27, plus 99 is 28. 99 is Arthur Browning, and number 20 in there, that is of course Gary Hutton. Off we go to cross 4 ways for this warm-up lap for the A.D. Hewitt Dental Practice 1100cc Classic Race. Rob Pritchard.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. I think Tim summed it up pretty nicely there. Battle Royale, those 2 words. I think it really could be a case when you look at that front row with Dominic Herbertson and Alan Oversby and Jamie Coward. We could be set for a quite the spectacle as we wait for them to roar their way down to us. They'll probably be just making their way past the stables just up at the Gellings Farm, I should say, just up at the moment, just looking over the crest ahead. And here they come. Just see the travelling marshal leading the pack, and someone pulling out just a little bit of a distance, almost on the back wheel of the travelling marshal. That is Dominic Herbertson, number 3, and then number 42 and 36 making their way through as well. Here's Alan Oakley, number 1. Number 44, Rob Hodgson, following through. 43 and 4, 100. And number 35 completing the travelling pack just back there is number 35, John Lee Pemberton on the 499, Manx Norton, and then leading the next group, Stevie Elliott, number 11 from 61, 91, 12 and 16, and then number 75 and 81, they're all through, as is number 51 as well, Nikolai Klinker. He's part of that second travelling group, making their way in behind, a little bit of a gap of a couple of seconds to number 63, Ian Thompson, just slowing things down, taking things nice and cool through there from 106 and 94, 48, 99, 96, and the travelling marshal just in behind there. So it looks like there are 3 distinct groups that have just bunched up a little bit as the travelling marshals in behind just make their way down through the sunshine towards Church Bends themselves. So just spacing things out, it seems, by the looks of it, as they make their way over to the grid. Here comes the inspection car just whizzing past as well, just round the corner. Time to go back to you, Tim.
Excellent stuff. Nice to hear the bikes all round there at Crossfour Ways, and we can see the travelling marshal at the head of this gaggle of bikes that are coming through. Just a few of them weaving to get that and retain that heat in the tyres. Travelling marshal just pulling in and goes through, and now the green flag, Ruth Costain, goes to the back of the grid. But number 3, there he is, the pole sitter, Dominic Herbertson, on that Davies Motorsport prepared bike. Jamie Coward alongside him, and Alan Oversby. That's the front row. Rob Hodgson and Adam McLean behind. To see McLean not in position at the moment, just 44. Rob Hodgson there. I can see couple missing, actually. 40, they're going to have to weave through, or they're not additional non-starters here. But no doubt about that front row. So all the paddle boards are in the air. Just looking through, I can't see Adam McLean or indeed number 40 either from that second row. So, watching the lights, and away they go, and a strong start by Oversby and Herbertson. Let's go to Chris Kinley.
It's nothing better than this, the start of a race up Ballown. Here we go, it's Dominic Herbertson 3, bringing up green, number 99, Arthur Browning, but it is Dominic Herbertson with that lead from an early hole shot for him.
Absolutely brilliant stuff, and Dominic Herbertson got away really smoothly. Jamie Coward a little bit more sluggishly in the middle. Alan Oversby got going pretty quickly too. So no Adam McLean on that second row, number 56. But then Andy Hornby has been going really well here at Ballown. Is on the third row with Peter Boast and Gary Porter. So a lot of officials from the orange bibs returning. They've got the paddle boards that they put in the air just to indicate where the riders are, where row 1 is, where row 2 is, etc. right the way to the back. And we've gone back to 10 here this particular race. So Arthur Browning and Gary Hutton, number 20, and 99 Browning were right at the back, and they make their way through. So they will be heading through Ballabeg and then down to Ballawhetstone, past the riding stables, Gellings Farm, Williams, Ballown Dip, and into the site of Rob Pritchard at Crossfour Ways.
Can hear them from an absolute mile off. I can hear them right on the other side of the course there, just waiting to see who's going to be making their way down the hill just out of my sight line. And there we are. We can see the first one who's made their way forward, and it's quite a significant advantage here for Dominic Herbertson. He's first through here, clear of the travelling pack. Then it's Alan Oversby, Jamie Coward, then numbers 42 and 44. Rob Hodgson going on the inside of 42, followed by Mike Hose, who's made his way further forward. Then number 43 as well, Gary Porter. Number 11, Steve Elliott. There's number 100, Heaven Owen. A fantastic overtake on the group of four, making their way through. Once again, 75, 48, 35 and 51 making up the next travelling bag. So Dominic Herbertson, the one through with a commanding advantage as Alan Oversby gets past Jamie Coward there, and a wonderful move from Rob Hodgson as numbers 96 and 99 make their way past Terence Sansom and Arthur Browning as well. So Dominic Herbertson does seem to be stretching that advantage a little bit as Alan Oversby tries to hold off the advances of Jamie Coward in third place, and a fantastic move down here by Rob Hodgson as well, up into the top five himself. Managed to get the inside line here across four ways. Can they catch Dominic Herbertson and take up the advantage? Over to you, Tim.
Frantic opening lap, but one bike spotted in view. And that is Dominic Herbertson ahead of number 1, 36, 42, 44 and 4. So the lead is 3.498 seconds for Dominic Herbertson over Alan Oversby, who's just a second ahead of Jamie Coward, number 36, who is in third. Fourth is number 42, Andy Hornby. You don't need words, do you, for that? Just listen to those noises. Another gaggle coming across. Last of whom was number 99. So it's Herbertson 3.5 seconds ahead of number 1, Alan Oversby, and Oversby is just a second ahead of third place, number 36, Jamie Coward. Then it's fourth, 42, Andy Hornby. Fifth, number 44, Rob Hodgson. Sixth, number 4, Mike Hose has worked his way up. Seventh is number 43, Gary Porter. Eighth, number 11, Stephen Elliott. Ninth is number 100, that's Heaven Owen. And 10th is number 91, that is Richard Bairstow, the addition to the programme. 11th, number 12, Richard Ford. 12th, number 61, Liam Murphy. Then it's John Lee Pemberton, Jeffrey Vermeulen, Neil Lloyd and Andy Kildare. But it's Herbertson, 3.5 seconds ahead. Let's go out to Rob.
Yep, looks like it's going to be perfect timing once again. Tim Glover, as we see Dominic Herbertson, is it? Yes, indeed it is, through Maggie's Cottage here, pulling out a sizable advantage here still as he rockets round cross four ways. And coming through now, Jamie Coward up into second ahead of Alan Oversby here as both go tight into the turn here. Coward seems to hold the line quite well. Here's number 42 going through, and Rob Hodgson just close in behind, and Mike Hose, the trio there, making their way through. So Andy Hornby holding off the advances of Rob Hodgson and Mike Hose. Here's number 43 as well, just bringing up the rear a few seconds later. That's Gary Porter there, and number 12 now making their way through Richard Ford ahead of Stephen Elliott here. Number 11, Heaven Owen, number 191 and 61 all the way through as well. That is an absolutely fantastic sound. So Herbertson still with the advantage, with Jamie Coward up into second there ahead of Alan Oversby as the top three as it standard going through cross four ways. Here's 75, 51, 81 and 48 here as they make their way through. Can hardly hear myself think here in the sunshine there. It's time to go back to you, Tim.
Yep, leader is spotted, and leader comes into sight, and just had a little look behind down on the left-hand side there. Dominic Herbertson, 94.505. Here's a battle for second, 36 and 1 together. It's Jamie Coward though, who's moved up at the end of lap 2 into second ahead of Oversby. That's 44, 42 and 4. That's Rob Hodgson, Andy Hornby and Mike Hose. So the lead is 8.4 seconds. 43, Gary Porter is through in 7th. That's 12, Richard Ford. 11 in the 100. Together there, Steve Elliott and Heaven Owen. 91, Richard Bairstow through. 61, Liam Murphy's through. Up into 13th is number 16, Jeffrey Vermeulen. John Lee Pemberton just through as an overtake here from number 51 over 81. So Nikolai Klinker just getting ahead of 81, Keith Clark. But it's Dominic Herbertson as a bit of a misfire in the commentary box. Will head out early to cross 4 ways.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. And looking at those two in 4th and 5th there, number 44 and 42. So that's Rob Hodson and Andy Hornby. It's almost like they're flipping a coin to see who'll actually be making their way through cross 4 ways first out of the two of them, as we await to see over the horizon who's coming out through the distance. That lovely sunny haze as we look up towards Gellings Farm and past that as well, and making their way further down. Here comes the race leader here, pulling out. The gap is even larger. Here he is, number 3, Dominic Herbertson. A little bit of a wiggle as he navigates his way around cross 4 ways here and gets charging forward. Here come the following two. Jamie Coward holding second, around 2 bikes lengths away from Alan Oversby. Coward holding the line. Looked as though Alan Oversby just had a little bit of a look round the outside, but didn't choose to take the chance there. So Coward leads ahead of Oversby. That's your top 3. Mike Hose has made his way past numbers 42 and 44. So Mike Hose up in front of both Andy Hornby and Rob Hodson here. He'd been hanging around behind them for the last couple of laps here, but he seems to have made his move further down the track. Here is number 43 as well, Gary Porter. So Dominic Herbertson really stretching his advantage. Number 12 comes through, Richie Ford as well. And here comes number 100, Heaven Owen, ahead of number 11, Stephen Elliott. So Coward and Oversby, that looks like it's still going to be quite the humdinger of a battle for second and third as it stands, unless Herbertson has any issues at all at the moment. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Back to you, Tim.
Yeah, number 3, Dominic Herbertson, just comes over and again just has a look down that left-hand side, and again as he crosses the line. So Dominic Herbertson's maybe concerned about something there, but he's definitely in the lead. And here's 1 and 36 together, and it's Alan Oversby who's got ahead now. And there's, less than 100th of a second between Alan Oversby and Jamie Coward. Another great battle here. Mike Hose is up into 4th, ahead of number 42, Andy Hornby. Looks like a retirement, I would suggest, as he was just cruising across the line there. Number 44, Rob Hodson, in 6th position. But Dominic Herbertson has extended that lead to 9.2 seconds. Number 12, Richard Ford, 7th. 100, Heaven Owen. And 44 confirmed now Rob Hodson as a retirement, and I think he'll be joined by 43 Gary Porter, who's just tootled across the line. So Heaven Owen is up into 8th, number 100. 9th is number 11, Stephen Elliott. Porter's 10th, but looks like he's retiring. 11th, number 61, Leon Murphy. 12th, number 91, Richard Bairstow. 13th, number 16, Jeffrey Vermeulen. And 14th, number 35, John Lee Pemberton. But it's Dominic Herbertson by 9.2 seconds ahead of Alan Oversby, and there's just a cigarette paper between Oversby in 2nd and Jamie Coward in 3rd. Let's go to Rob at Cross 4 Ways.
Let's see then if it is a cigarette paper's length between them or more. In fact, like the corrugated iron, in fact, as the leader makes his way through here. Still stretching that advantage to Maggie's Cottage. It is number 3, Dominic Herbertson, with a little wiggle as he tries to get the best line through here. Safely round here at Corner Cottage. And we can see, Maggie's Cottage here. It's Jamie Coward who's moved up into 2nd, 2 bike lengths ahead of number 1, Alan Oversby. They're trading positions for fun here today in the race. You really can't call it between those two, but Dominic Herbertson still stretching that advantage, and coming through is number 4, Mike Hose. He's made his way past the traffic and just ahead of number 42, and that's Andy Hornby who's still out there. You mentioned that number 44, Rob Hodson, could be a retirement out there, and number 43 as well, Gary Porter. So that seems to be that those front 3/5 have opened up a pretty big gap to the rest of the pack there. So Dominic Herbertson, he's through it first, followed by Jamie Coward, and then a couple of bike lengths between him and number 1, Alan Oversby. That makes up your top 3 across 4 ways in the last few seconds, as number 12, Richard Ford, makes his way through as well, along with number 100. Here is Heaven Owen of D-Side making his way through, number 11, Stephen Elliott. 91 and 61 just almost side by side as they make their way through as well. And it's time to go back to you, Tim, I believe.
Yep, Dominic Herbertson is through. He wasn't looking down this time, but here's a great battle here. They're almost going to cross the line together. It's Oversby. He's 9.355 behind Herbertson, and Coward, number 36 in 3rd, is 9.365. That's how close that was between 2nd and 3rd. Tremendous action on the bypass. There's Mike Hose in 4th. but he is some 14 seconds behind Jamie Coward in third, and he's only just ahead of in fifth place, number 42. That is Andy Hornby. But Dominic Herbertson 9.3 seconds ahead. But what a battle it is between Oversby and Coward. Number 12 is up into sixth place now. Richard Ford going very well indeed. There's number 100, Heaven Owen. And he's made his way up into seventh, and up into eighth is number 11, Steve Elliott. 91, Richard Bairstow is in ninth. Leon Murphy, number 61, is in 10th. But Herbertson has got a comfortable lead. It's not in the Mike Hose terms of comfort as in the last race that we saw, but a near 10-second lead at the end of 4 laps is pretty dominant. Let's go back out to cross four ways and Rob Pritchard.
Yeah, it's not the gap that Mike Hose created in the last session there, but I'm sure Dominic Herbertson won't be complaining one bit when he knows the quality of the two behind him. And here he comes screaming through Maggie's Cottage here, Dominic Herbertson, number 3, as he struggles a little bit again, making his way down smoothly round Corner Cottage here as we get through the next two. Jamie Coward back up into, he's up into second here, just ahead of Alan Oversby, just a bike length or so between the two of those as they roll their way up to Church Bend. So it's as you were the last time you were at Cross Four Ways here, Dominic Herbertson with that advantage, and Jamie Coward with a bike's length between him and number 1, Alan Oversby, as they make their way through. Here comes Mike Hose, number 4, followed closely by number 42 as well. Andy Hornby, the gap closed between them to around a bike length or so as they roll their way up here, and that's front 5 as they did last time on the last lap. A severe gap between those making their way, roaring their way through Church Fens and the Great Meadow now. Between the rest of the travelling pack behind them, so it'll be interesting to see, particularly that battle for second and third there between Jamie Coward and Alan Oversby. What a spectacle that's turning into, especially down here across Four Ways as well. But it's time to go back to you, Tim.
Yeah, just the one bike sighted, and it looks like it is Dominic Herbertson. It is bike number 3. Crosses the line, but now we look up the road. It was 9.2 seconds. Here they are together again! And it's Oversby who overtakes Coward here at the start and finish once again. And, well, in fact, they are level. Alan Oversby and Jamie Coward are 7 point... No, it's the same margin. Oversby is just a tyre length ahead there. 4 across the line, Mike Hose, and 42, Andy Hornby. But the gap has come down. It's 7.7 seconds now that Oversby and Coward are behind Dominic Herbertson. So it's 3 from 1 and 36. But, well, they're swapping, I think, virtually at every point on this course. Alan Oversby and Jamie Coward. And, well, a battle royale, we said. The race would be... I think we're having that for the podium rights as well, and which position and step they're going to be on. So just the 5 through here so far. Here's the 6th, number 12. That is Richard Ford, but he's around 40 seconds away from the position above. Number 100, Heaven Owen, is through, and 11, Stephen Elliott. There's number 91, and there's 61, so that's Richard Bairstow and Leon Murphy. But Dominic Herbertson, 7.7. It's come down from 9.2. And what a battle we're having between Oversby and Coward. Let's go out to Rob.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're shaving that advantage out of Dominic Herbertson, but still a sizable advantage in motorsport nonetheless here. But here coming through at this point, let's have a look. We've got here number 106 being lapped by number 3, Dominic Herbertson. So he's lapped to number 106, Simon Lehane, the newcomer. And here come positions 2 and 3. Jamie Coward up into second here ahead of Alan Oversby once again. It's deja vu. Seeing Oversby coming across the line just ahead, but Coward's got himself back up into second there. Less than a bike length between the two of them, between Coward and number 1, Alan Oversby. It's getting tighter and tighter here at Cross Four Ways. Every time they come round, just trading those places almost for fun. Herbertson still with a decent gap out in front. Here comes number 42, Andy Hornby. He's got himself past number 4, Mike Hose. So it's number 42, Andy Hornby, getting in front of Mike Hose before they actually made it down through Maggie's Cottage. And up they go, start roaring up towards Church Bends there. So Andy Hornby with the move somewhere along the line on Mike Hose there. He gets himself up into 4th position. Hose moving down to 5th. But the front 3, as it were, last time here across Four Ways is as you were. But over to you, Tim.
Yes, and again a look down on the left-hand side from Dominic Herbertson. Number 3 crosses the line, and we wait to see the 2. And it looks like Oversby's just got a couple of bike lengths ahead this time of number 36. Jamie Coward as 106 is being lapped there on the start-finish straight, but 7.5 seconds the advantage. Herbertson, number 3, has over number 1 Alan Oversby, and Oversby, it's 0.4 of a second that he's now eked out over Jamie Coward. There's number 4, Mike Hose, still in 4th position, but keeping him honest is number 42, Andy Hornby. And, there's about a second between the 2 of them, but no bikes in sight. The top 5 are through, but Herbertson keeps having a look down at that left-hand side as he comes over the crest of School Hill there. And one occasion he had a double look. Just as he was crossing the line, he had a second look down. But he seems to be going pretty well. He's maintaining that advantage at around 7.5 seconds. There's another bike interview now. Number 12, that is Richard Ford. And coming into our sights is now number 100 and number 11. They're on their last lap, of course. So 100 is Heaven Owen and 11 Stephen Elliott. Richard Bairstow's through. Let's go out to Rob Pritchard on the final lap.
Good timing here, just watching one of the travelling pack at the back coming through. That's number 63, Ian Thompson. So the question is, have Coward and Oversby traded place again? Here comes Dominic Herbertson making his way through, looking set pretty well here. Number 96, Alan Oversby keeping it in front here at Cross Four Ways, ahead of Jamie Coward. So this time through Cross Four Ways, it's Oversby holding on to second there from Jamie Coward there. So the front 3 closing up ever so slightly. You wonder if Herbertson is taking a look at his bike. He may have just thought to himself, maybe just to lift up ever so slightly to make sure that he gets over the line rather comfortably there. But Herbertson through Cross Four Ways, and this time it's Oversby through Cross Four Ways ahead of Jamie Coward. Here comes number 106, Simon Lehane, followed by Mike Hose, number 4. So Lehane looking like he could be lapped very shortly, and just behind Hose a couple of seconds back. Coming through there's number 42, Andy Hornby as well. So for the first time during this race, I think pretty much since it started, through Cross Four Ways at least, it's actually Alan Oversby who's got the advantage over Jamie Coward this time around. Can he hold on? Back to you, Tim.
Yeah, we don't want to miss the finish, so we'll just be looking up the road. And again, he's having a look down as he comes round, but he is going to take the win. Dominic Herbertson, who's going to be second? It's Oversby, just ahead of Coward. Tremendous dice they've had. 2.9 seconds the margin of victory for Dominic Herbertson, so it did come down. It'd be interesting to hear if there was some sort of issue with the bike and he was nursing it around having built that lead. Jamie Coward, well, it was 0.3 of a second between Oversby and Coward. Mike Hose finishes, but let's, without further ado, go down to Chris Kinley. What a race.
Absolutely, and the first thing that Alan Oversby and Jamie Coward did is just pat each other on the back for a job and a race well done. Well, this is the reason why he's looking down to the left. We were saying that, a bit of oil possibly on the leg for Dom. Is she leaking a bit, Dom?
Just a bit.
Since early doors, I think.
Sorry?
Just watch yourself, don't get your own bike. I said it seemed to be leaking from early doors. You were looking down to your left in most laps.
Yeah, it just kept slipping off the peg a little bit, but you know, the good thing about classic racing is they can always rely, they always up top them with the oil, so you've got room to spare.
Oh, but you're a bit not concerned then?
Sorry?
Not concerned?
No, not concerned. It's when a little leak becomes a puddle, that's when you start panicking, Chris.
Good fun though, you got away clear. I think you were after lap 1 3.5 seconds, next lap 9.5.
Right, well, no, it was good because I looked behind us and something I never normally do, and I saw the gap and I was able to control it just with the light flickering. It's been good to get my eye in, pardon the pun, ready for the TT. It was quite difficult to gauge it off, but it was good, learning all the time.
Third win round here now, that's all right?
Yeah, it will be.
It is third win, yeah.
It's all right, it's not so bad, is it? It's not so bad, so it's always good company with Jamie and Alan Oversby as well, you know. It's there's no mugs that come racing the pre-TT, far from it. Some seriously fast lads.
Well done, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank
Cheers,
you.
Dom, thank you very much for that. Second place was Alan Oversby, Tim, yeah? Is that right, confirmed, yeah? Wherever Alan is, he's disappeared somewhere. Yeah, okay. Let's grab a word with Al if we can. And Alan, you and Jamie, what a battle. Were you smiling under the lid? Nice to see you again.
I wasn't smiling, but that was hard work.
You boys were at it. I think your last laps, both yours and Jamie's last laps, are all 94.5. So,
all right. No,
so you were pushing on, weren't you?
Oh yeah, certainly pushing. Jamie's bike was a lot quicker than mine in places. Mine was quicker than his in places, but I think the key thing was mine was quicker than his out Castletown corner at line. So
you got away from him on the last lap, just coming through here. You got about 20 yards on him. There was a back marker just coming into the bridge, was there?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he must have worked hard to catch up. Fair play.
Well done.
Cheers.
Thanks, Alan. Cheers. Thank you very much. And Jamie is somewhere around. I don't know where Jamie is. He's up on the bike already, so we'll try and get up on here. And hopefully, it's not going to collapse. Well done, Jamie and the guys. And Jamie, what a battle you two had, eh? Dom was away, but why the smile?
Yeah, we're fantastic to be fair. Alan's a good rider and he's safe and he's always fair, and we're knocking spots off each other to be fair. So made up to get into a bit of a race with someone. Normally it's a bit lonely around here sometimes, but me and Alan had a great race and I'm made up with third. I'm chuffed a bit.
Sweating a bit?
Yeah, to be fair, it made me work for money there, did the old dog. So yeah, I'm chuffed. So yeah, thanks to Ted and Craven Classic Racing team. The little Manx Norton's done us proud again, so yeah, thanks very much.
He said your bike a little bit more top end.
Yeah, I was just saying to Ted before then, the Honda inline 4, it drives out of the corners a little bit better now, so then once it gets into its legs it's a little bit faster, but round here yourself it's all stop and start in it, so I did fairly well to stay with him for as long as I did, and I'll try again tomorrow on Monday.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. There you go, folks, there's the first three, and presenting the trophies is Mrs. Hewitt. Thank you very much. Hello there. So give us a round of applause to Hewitt to presenting the trophies. Third place, Jamie Coward. Well done, Jamie. Takes one hat off on and gets another one on. Second place after that long battle is Alan Oversby. Well done, Alan. And now his third win around the Colas Ballown circuit in the A.D. Hewitt Dental Practice 850cc race, Dominic Herbertson. And well done to Dominic. Well deserved. Gets the Laura Wreath, the traditional Southern 100 Laura Wreath. So there's your top three, Tim, in the A.D. Hewitt Dental Practice. Thanks to those guys for sponsoring once again the event, as they have done for many, many years. And they'll now be getting the Forage event as sparkling wine by the guys who'll be head up now. So we'll just get some photographs done, Tim, and we'll hand back to you to set up for race number 3.
Yeah, while you're there, Chris, you can tell Jamie Coward, he had the quickest lap of the race at 94.796 miles per hour on that last lap, which was just a whisker away from being the lap record for the class, which is still held by Alan Oversby from 2010 at 94.880. So they all got into the 94s. Best lap for Herbertson was 94.505. And the best for Alan Oversby on the last lap, 94.465. So your race winner then, number 3, Dominic Herbertson. Second, number 1, Alan Oversby. Third, number 36, Jamie Coward. Fourth was number 4, Mike Hose. Fifth was number 42, Andy Hornby. And Hose just got 4 or 5 seconds ahead of him by the end, but they had a good battle. And Hornby played his part in really driving on the all-time winner here, Mike Hose, and a big gap in experience here. 6th place in a very good ride from number 100, Heaven Owen. 7th was number 11, Stephen Elliott. 8th was number 91, that's Richard Bairstow. 9th was number 61, Leon Murphy. 10th was number 35, John Lee Pemberton. 11th, number 81, that's Keith Clark. 12th was number 51, as Travelling Marshal just goes through, Nikolai Klinker. 13th was number 48, Andy Kildare. 14th was number 75, Neil Lloyd. 15th was number 63, Ian Thompson. 16th was number 96, Terence Sansom, and 17th was number 106, and number 106 is Simon Lehan from Pontefract. So Herbertson's winning margin, 2.918 seconds, and he finished ahead of third place Jamie Coward by 2.952. So that just shows you how tight it really was, as it was every lap in fairness, between Oversby and Coward. Cross four ways, it seemed to be Coward the majority of times that got his nose in front and into second. But consistently here, it seemed to be Oversby that was in second place. And of course, riders have their favourite parts of the course, and bikes as well perform better in certain parts of the course. So maybe Coward enjoyed the first half out to Cross Four Ways, but then Oversby was able to make the move on Coward with more favourable conditions to him on the second part of the course. Let's get impressions of what was a terrific battle, particularly for that second and third place, from Rob Pritchard out at Cross Four Ways.
Yeah, it really was a battle. You just you didn't want to be a betting man trying to call that one. But yeah, very congratulations to Dominic Herbertson on a good ride. He obviously mentioned there that there might have just been a couple of little issues that he didn't want to exacerbate any further, but another commanding performance from him. Yes, that time came down towards the end, but Herbertson, no doubt, an excellent performance from him. And yeah, as you quite rightly mentioned there, Tim, it was often Jamie Coward who was the one leading the way through Cross Four Ways here, but I'm not sure what happened on that final lap there, but Oversby just building on that straight line pace that he's had through the start-finish section that you've been seeing, just to get his nose in front. Not sure whereabouts on the track that might have been this time around, whether he had to rethink his mindset through certain areas where he thought Jamie had just a little bit more pace, but on the final lap he'd done enough not just to get ahead, but to also close the door from any potential threat of Jamie Coward coming through Corner Cottage here and holding on as they roared up to Church Bends as well. So yeah, it'd be interesting to find out what the different approach was, no matter how minute it was, on that final lap that just sealed it for Alan Oversby. Very interesting to find out, but absolutely fantastic battle between those two for second and third.
Yes, their thoughts there, and what a terrific race that was. Coming to a conclusion now, and that was the 1100cc class, and we've got one more race to bring you. 3 races this evening, and race number 3 is the three-wheeling Sidecar Race 1. There are different plates just to differentiate the CC, the power of the sidecars. There's red plates with white numbers on for those up to 750cc. And then over 750cc, it's white plates with black numbers. This is just 4 laps ahead of us this evening on this. Just going to double check that is the case. It is 4 laps. So that is a race distance of 19 miles. The race record and the lap record are held by Eddie Wright and Kieran Clark. And you go back to 2016 for that, when they set those marks, or the lap record 2016, race record 2018. 87.39 miles per hour was the lap record. So on pole, we have bike number 4. That's Rod Bellis and Glenn Dawson. They're on the BLR Imp, and they hail from York and Pocklington, respectively. Second on the grid is bike number 47, David Lisserman and Rob Child. Third on the grid is number 5, that's Danny Quirk and Dylan Weston, and they hail from Halifax and Leicester. Lisserman and Child, bike number 47, from Oakham and Derby. Fourth on the grid is number 2. That's Tony Thurkel and Trevor Johnson. They're on the BMW. And they hail from Thirsk and Rochester. 51 is fourth on the grid. And 51 is Kovas Bowman and Nikolai Klinker. And they're on the Westlake, the Dutch pair. Then in 6th on the grid, going back to row 6 it is, we've got number 56, and that is Marvin Vermeulen and Hugh Hahn, and they're on the Triumph, the Dutch pair. Then it's number 21, and that's Stefan and Thomas Plezio. And then it is number 10, a further row back on row 7, and bike number 10, that is Wally Saunders and Bob Doughty on the 980 BMW, and they're from German and Douglas. So let's head down to Chris Kinley, because I think we've got Sidecar's three-wheel machinery on the move. Chris Kinley.
certainly do, Tim. They're all jockeying for their grid positions here. You've just read them out perfectly. Well done to you. Saves me a job, doesn't it? And it's I'll just move around the back of where the recovery vehicles now have to park, right next to the number 5 outfit. But that number 47 outfit, the newcomer David Listman and Rob Child on their BMW. If he's only had a newcomer winning in class today, can't see anybody really getting near Rod Bellis and Glenn Dawson, the winners from 2019. But hey, you never know, as the sun continues to shine, but the temperature just starting to drop just a little bit. We have the inspection cars here. We have the travelling marshal just round the corner there. I think it'll be number 1. It is the travelling marshal. It is yeah, I think it is Tony. I think no, it's number 2 and number 3. You're number 1, 2 and 3, so they're all there. So number 4, as we said, Stiano Motorcycles on the side of that outfit. The BLR Imp. We heard Greg Lambert talking last night about the vintage of his Imp that he's got. Greg's back on there. Where's Greg? Back on row number 8 is the number 8 machine. Not going to be too far away now. For those of you who didn't know, it's 60 years of sidecars up Malawan this year. When we come to the Southern 100 in July, make a date, get yourself here. Hope you bought the programme, all the dates are in there. It's mid-July, the second week in July. Get yourself over here, plenty of places to stay. Come back to the Isle of Man for the friendly races in July. You can just hear the revs on Mick's bike there. There he is. Away they go. 47 rips it out of the holding area. 47. And it's a good job they've got a wider gate here now, because it used to be a lot narrower than that, but they've double-sized the gate. Number 7, keeping an eye on that outfit, Tony Bannister and Sarah Bannister, and also 29. It's great to see the Sit Up and Beg Triumph Thunderbirds back. So 7, Tony Bannister and Sarah Bannister from Leyland and Ormskirk, and 29, Adam Pope and John Christopher, both from Chorley on their Triumph Thunderbirds. So the final race of the day, scheduled to start around about 7:50. It's team there watching it, having a big smile on the face. So we are a little bit early, which is always good here. But let's get to Cross Four Ways for the warm-up lap for the final race of the day here on a lovely, lovely Saturday evening. The football kicks off at 8. Rob, back to you.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. And it took us quite a while to get any form of football reference in this evening, but there you have it. Congratulations to you for getting the football reference in this evening as we enter the final race of the evening. Does it have to stop here? Just about to get into it, but yeah, just waiting to hear those sidecars making their way down towards us. The sun just starting to drop in the sky a little bit, but no drop in temperature like we saw last night. It looks like it's going to hold pretty well, as has the crowd numbers here at Cross Four Ways here. Plenty have stayed throughout the duration. We've been absolutely treated in these first 3 races, haven't we? Fantastic to have it back. You couldn't ask for better conditions. I know we say it all too often, but you've got to savour this weather here on the Isle of Man while it lasts, haven't you? So we can just hear all in the distance there, could just hear those machines coming up towards us, and just waiting for our first real view. If we can see the travelling marshal up ahead of them here. Plenty just lining the wall just in front of me here. The marshals just standing around as well, as we can hear them making their way possibly towards up on that horizon as it twists down towards Williams Corner here. Everyone's staying. There's no one really moving from their positions here. They'd certainly want to see this through to the end here. This could be a really intriguing one as they continue to make their way forward. Just a more bassy tone as they do finally come into the eye line. There is the travelling marshal leading proceedings there as they come through past Williams Corner and coming through to Maggie's Cottage here. And they're at number 4 leading the way as we expected. There they are. It's Rob Bellis and Glenn Dawson from numbers 47. So that's David Lisman, Rob Child 5, 2, 51, 97, 46, 56, 10, 8, all nice and close together here. Very close formation, just following up things there. In that part of the group was number 8, and that was Greg Lambert and Andrew Haynes on the Imp there, the Catterick and Hull contenders respectively. Here we come on another here, and that's number 66 and 40. So that's Alba Crockful and Teresa Camalander coming through here, along with number 40. There's Jose Nobre and Paolo Lavarino, the French pairing. Here come the further ones. You can see the other travelling marshals in the distance. So leading things up here is number 11 making their way through, followed by there's number 7. So Tony and Sarah Bannister on the Triumph Thunderbird, followed by number 29 there. There's Adam Pope and John Christopher. So the Triumph Thunderbirds just following up proceedings here as the travelling marshals make their way through, along with the inspection car. So those front runners that were backed up by Greg Lambert and Andrew Haynes seeming rather bunched up together. So that could be interesting to see if we see anything like that once the actual racing gets going. But it is time to go back to you, Tim.
Thank you very much, Rob. Yes, the travelling marshal sighted on the bridge, and the red flag is displayed here to get everyone to stop, apart from the travelling marshal, to stand to the left-hand side looking up to School Hill, the flagman, and the travelling marshal will just having a little look at the bike number 4 that's in pole position. Bike number 4, of course, is previous winners Rod Bellis and Glenn Dawson. And they'll be in the middle of that row. Further sidecars, it is a tremendous sight, and well, if you want to see them going around cross four ways, if they're in close order, you're in for a treat with this, Rob. And we're also in with the treat here at the start here on the Castletown bypass. So the officials, technical officials, just checking that everything's in order, and they seem to have lined up just a row further back than they should have been, and they've been ushered forward. So it is Bellis and Dawson ahead of bike number 47. 47, of course, is David Lisserman and Child. And then it's number 5, and number 5, that is Danny Quirk and Dylan Weston. The green flag has been waved. Engage gear, sign switches round, watch the lights, and away they go, and it seems to be a pretty clean start all the way through. Who's got the whole shot? Chris Kinley.
Do you know what? This is one of the best things ever. The sidecars towards us. Number 5, number 4, number 47. Eyes front, never take your eyes off the outfits coming towards you. I learned that a long time ago. Number 5, Danny Quirk has taken the early lead from number 4, and then number 47, the newcomers, 5, 4 and 47, Tim.
Absolutely brilliant, and the travelling marshals just go past us at the moment, and there is the course inspection car. I think from the practice session, we'd have to say that probably Rod Bellis and Glenn Dawson on the BLR Empire, the favourites. They've been consistently up at the top of the leaderboard, as they will now be making their way through down, of course, the Ballachagan Straight, and then they have their first crossing of the Steam Railway at just after Iron Gate. Then at Ballinorris, don't go through Joey's Gate, but that's where that is, and then you come into Fuchsia Cottage and Ballabeg Hairpin, along Duck Street, and then Ballawhetstone, past the riding stables, and then past the entrance to the Balown Mansion, and Gellings Farm. Then you've got Balown Cottage, the dip, of course, down there as well, and then Maggie's, and then there will be at Cross Four Ways, and well, if they're in close order on this opening lap, you're in for an absolute treat, Rob Pritchard, and well, I just want to hear this, I really do. Over to you, Rob.
Yep, you can feast your ears on this, Tim. Not a problem at all. Can't wait to see who's coming through there. Fantastic start by the sounds of it for Danny Quirk and Dylan Weston, of Rob Bellis and Glenn Dawson, who put obviously those imperious times in the practice session last night. Can they manage to make amends here? Here they come, roaring through, and it is indeed number 4, Rob Bellis and Glenn Dawson. First through Cross Four Ways here. Got a second or so back, number 5, Danny Quirk, Dylan Weston, and then number 47, that is David Lisserman and Rob Child. And then listen to that noise as the others make their way through, led by number 2, Tony Thurkel and Trevor Johnson. What a fantastic noise that is. There's number 10, Wally Saunders and Bob Doughty. A group of 4 or 5 going through there, along with number 11 making up the amends there. So that's the first group through, but it's Rob Bellis and Glenn Dawson who've snatched back the lead as they've made their way through Cross Four Ways from Danny Quirk and Dylan Weston. And then following them was number 47, David Lisserman and Rob Child, just as number 40 there, Jose Nobre and Paolo Lavarino make their way through. Number 7, 29 and 66, they're all through. 66 Albert Kropfel and Teresa Kammerlander, the Austrian duo, making up the back of the travelling back as the travelling marshals also make their way past us there. But it's Bellis and Dawson in control at the moment, but there really isn't too much in terms of a gap between the front three themselves. It's time to go back to you, Tim.
Yeah, we've just seen cross the bridge, and it is the blue-faired outfit, number 4, that is through. So they lead. That is Bellis and Dawson. But number 5, Danny Quirk and Dylan Weston are keeping them honest. It's just 2.8 seconds. 47 is third, David Lisserman and Rob Child. 2, 3, 4, 5 across the line in very close order. In fourth is number 2. As number 10 goes across the line. Number 2 is Tony Thurkel and Trevor Johnson. In fifth place is number 51, that's Cobus Bowman. In sixth, it's number 46, that is Andy Norris and passenger Michiel Lieflang. Seventh place is number 97, that's Bob Dawson and Matthew Sims. In eighth place, it's number 56. That's a slowing machine just across there, number 40. 2 sit up and beg sidecars going past us. Wonderful to see those as part of, everybody's memory bank of sidecar racing going back into the history books. So we got as far as sixth place, which is number 46. That is Andy Nourish and Michiel Lieflang. Seventh, number 97. That's Bob Dawson, and Matthew Sims. In eighth place, it's number 56. 56 is Marvin Vermeulen and Yukan. In ninth, it's number 8, and that is Greg Lambert and Andrew Haynes. And completing the top 10 is number 10, and that is Wally Saunders and Bob Doughty. It's Bellis that leads. Let's go out to cross four ways and Rob.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Plenty of food for thought for Rob Bellis and Glenn Dawson at the end of that lap as to who might be chasing in behind them, but they've pulled themselves as they come round Maggie's Cottage. Rob Bellis and Glenn Dawson pulled themselves several seconds of a lead now over number 5, Danny Quirk and Dylan Weston. So through cross four ways, they've extended that advantage a little bit from number 5 in third place is number 47, David Lisserman and Rob Child there. Number 2, Tony Thurkel and Trevor Johnson closing down that final podium place to stands. Here's numbers 51, 56 and number 8 in close succession through cross four ways as well. Number 46 as well, Andy Nourish and Michiel Lieflang, followed by number 97, Bob Dawson and Matthew Sims there. So it's number 4, Rob Bellis and Glenn Dawson, certainly. Here's number 10 coming through, Wally Saunders and Bob Doughty as well. But Rob Bellis and Glenn Dawson, number 4, just seeming to just stretch that advantage a little bit up to cross four ways here from number 5, Danny Quirk and Dylan Weston. Number 47, Dave Lisserman and Rob Child, as number 11 makes its way through as well. So you can just see in those front 2 or 3 just the gap starting to open up a little slightly, but just keep an eye on Tony Thurkel and Trevor Johnson there, number 2, closing the gap. Time to go back to you, Tim.
Yeah, looks as if it is number 4 that are making the running here, Bellis and Dawson, and here they are across the line. And only just coming into sight is the second machine now. It is number 5. So the gap is 6.7 seconds, so a growing advantage as 47 and 2 cross the line. 2 together here on the bypass. 51 ahead of 56. 46 across the line and 97. So it is a 6.7 second advantage for Bellis and Dawson. Bike number 4 ahead of number 5. That's Quirk and Weston. Then around 4 seconds further back is number 47. 47 is David Lisserman and Rob Child. In fourth place is number 2, and he's a second back on third place, and that is Tony Thurkel and Trevor Johnson. It's number 11 goes through. In fifth place, it's number 51. 51 is Cobus Bowman and Nicolai Klinker. The Dutch pairing doing really well. Up into sixth is number 56. And number 56, that is Marvin Vermeulen and Yukan. And in seventh, it's number 46, drivers only here, Andy Nourish. Eighth is number 97, Bob Dawson. Ninth is number 10, Wally Saunders. And 10th, number 11, Mike Cookson's just gone through there. Number 40 as well. And 29 almost looks from a bygone era, that now. Fantastic to see. But it's a 6.7 second lead for Bellis. Let's go to Rob.
Yeah, you could certainly see them stretching that advantage as they made their way through the lovely sunny bends through here as they make their way towards Maggie's Cottage here, and it looks like they've stretched it even more. Here comes number 4, Rob Bellis and Glenn Dawson, really pushing the issue here, opening up a sizable gap as they roar their way up to Church Bends here. A lot of work to do then for number 5, Danny Quirk and Dylan Weston as they make their way through here. 47 being caught by number 2 here, so just getting through David Lisman and Rob Child, but right snapping at their heels there. Tony Thurkel and Trevor Johnson making up good ground for that next place. Here comes number 51 and 56, around a 2-car lengths between them. So there we go. That's Cobus Bauman and Nikolai Klinker, followed by Marvin Vermeulen and Zhao Khan, number 46 through now. And the newish and McCarr Leaf Lang, then number 97, Bob Dawson and Matthew Sims. So that lead at the top seeming to stretch a little bit more once again in the favour of Rod Bellis and Glenn Dawson. But like I say, keep an eye on number 2 there, Tony Thurkel and Trevor Johnson, absolutely snapping at the heels of those podium places as number 10 comes through as well, Wally Saunders and Bob Doughty. So this could make it a tasty last couple of laps here, particularly for those places further down the field. Back to you, Tim.
Well, hard to believe that we're about to start the fourth and final lap, but here is our leading pair, number 4. And the last lap flag is out for Bellis and Dawson. But who's going to be second? We'll hear 3 machines interview. It's 5, 2 and 47. So Tony Thurkel and Trevor Johnson have now moved into 3rd place and got themselves positioned on the podium. 51 and 56 are through. So 47, that is Lisman and Child. They've moved out of the top 3 because of number 2, Tony Thurkel and Trevor Johnson getting themselves into the podium positions. But the 5, Danny Quirk and Dylan Weston on the Bellis Vincent are in second, but not doing anything about the lead of Rod Bellis and Glenn Dawson, which now stands at 12.5 seconds, 12.497 seconds, and a lap on lap 3 of 84.333 miles per hour. Still some way off that lap record set in 2016 of 87.39 by Eddie Wright and Kieran Clark. So it's 4 leading 5 by 12.5 seconds, but it's pretty close then for the podium between number 2, who currently in 3rd place, Tony Thurkel and Trevor Johnson, ahead of Lisman and Child. Then in 5th it's 51, 6th 56, 7th is number 46, 8th number 97, 9th number 10 and 10th number 11. Let's go to the final time, cross 4 ways, Rob Pritchard.
Yep, absolutely, almost right on cue. Just wait to see who comes into my line of sight first as they make their way down into Williams Corner. I think we know who this might be, and it is indeed number 4. There they are, Rob Bellis and Glenn Dawson, with quite significant daylight between themselves and those behind. Well, there was a good effort from Tony Thurkel and Trevor Johnson on the final stages of that last lap to get themselves up into the podium places. And there's still a couple of seconds between them, though. And number 5, here they are, number 5 in second, Danny Quirk and Dylan Weston. But number 2, Tony Thurkel and Trevor Johnson, around 4 or 5 car lengths behind there, so not too much in that. So let's see what happens toward the end there. In comes number 56 as well. That's Marvin Vermeulen and Zhao Khan on that Triumph as well, the Dutch pairing. So yeah, keep an eye out for that one, Tim. Certainly Tony Thurkel and Trevor Johnson chasing down Danny Quirk and Dylan Weston, who had that fantastic start there. Here comes number 46. That's Andy Newish and McCarr Leaf Lang, followed by number 97, Bob Dawson and Matthew Sims, the newcomers from Darlington and Derby, respectively. But it looks like, across 4 ways at the very least, Rob Bellis and Glenn Dawson in control here. Back to you, Tim.
Yeah, just seen an outfit traversing the bridge there. They'll be coming around Castletown Corner, and hopefully we're going to see for them a blue fairing in machine interview. We do, and just looking at each other, and number 4 takes the victory. Well done indeed to Rod Bellis and Glenn Dawson. They were having a conversation, it looked like, as they were coming down to cross the finishing line and take the checkered flag. But who's going to be second? Oh, 2 machines. It's 5 who's just stayed ahead of number 2. So 5, it is Danny Quirk and Dylan Weston, just stayed ahead of Tony Thurkel and Trevor Johnson. And we did have a retiring bike, number 29, Adam Pope and John Christopher, as we'd gone back to cross 4 ways. That's the top 3, 4, 5 and 2. The machines are numbers. Let's go down to Chris Kinley.
Well, I tell you what, Rob Bellis is happy because his former passenger's just come home in second place. He'd be happy with that. Let's get Rod, get the gloves off and see if he's happy or not. Are you happy under there?
I'm happy with that.
Quirky, yeah, it's good, isn't it? Absolutely. I did say, actually, because Quirk is a Manx name, really, with a Q. And I think, hang on a minute, but somebody said, oh, he's from Yorkshire, so he's definitely not a Manxman. Definitely not. Right, we'll let you get your lid off. Rob Bellis and Glenn Dawson take the race win, quickest lap of 84.333, winners in 2019, 3 years ago, back here on the island, Rod, and winning again around the fabulous Ballown circuit. Congratulations to you and the passenger.
Thank you very much.
Talk us through it. Good start by your man Quirky there, though, off the line, wasn't it?
Yeah, I told him to let me through. And he followed me. And yeah, it's brilliant. And we're really pleased. And Glenn's done brilliant. So yeah. And I've only done one meeting since last time I was here in 2019.
Where was that at?
Croft.
Oh, right, okay, a bit different to here then.
Yeah,
just as bumpy.
No.
Is it nice and smooth now, Croft, is it?
Smoother than here.
Anything smoother than here. Talk us through the rest of the race. Obviously, when you got past Quirky there, you must have thought yourself you got a good lead.
And just thought, I thought I'd get on with it. And
you did?
Yeah. Did the job again.
And the ballast was all right?
Yeah.
Well, you're speechless.
Well, I am, yeah.
Nice to have you back here.
Pleased.
Well done, okay. Well done to the passenger, Glenn Dawson, well done.
Thank you very much.
How was that?
It was all right, yeah, it was good fun. Had to make a pass early on in the race and then, yeah, out on our own, really.
Got past his ex-passenger Quirky as well. He got a hell of a start, didn't he?
Yeah, brilliant. It's great to see 2 of Rod's bikes on the podium as well that he's built.
Good stuff. All right, well, that pace sets you up for, I'm going to say tomorrow, but it's not. It's Monday, doesn't it?
Yeah, looking forward to it now.
Well done.
Thank you.
Cheers, thanks very much. And he's just gone up there to speak to Quirky. Well, let's see how they are. Dan, all right?
Yeah, good that.
This is different. You're the driver, not the ballast.
No.
Talk us through it.
I didn't expect to be up here.
What a
anyway.
start.
Yeah, I was a bit giddy. Rod warned me about getting in front of him.
Because he said to me, he shouted over, get out of the way.
Did he really? No, it was good that I enjoyed that. It was mint, yeah.
Good fun. And a great battle. And then Tony came past as well. Also number 47, I think, David Lissman's, he was out in there too, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Last lap shenanigans.
I didn't see him. I didn't really look behind. I'm not sure. Has he not finished, Lissman?
No, he hasn't finished, unfortunately, no.
Oh, right, okay.
But talk us through the rest of the race. How was it?
Yeah, spot on. Just kept my head down and Dylan did a mint job. It's his first time here. So, yeah, great job, Dylan.
Absolutely. Dylan, come over here and have a quick chat. You're live on Radio TT. How does that feel to be here at Black? Well, the smile on his face says it all.
Well, I'll tell you what, did not expect to finish top 3, even second. And behind Rod, you can't ask for it better. So, top guy around here. And Danny, he did a mint job. And I could see him keeping on the pace, and I was just having a glimpse behind. And Tony behind us were getting a bit closer and a bit closer. And I just thought, if we can just keep second, it'll be unbelievable. And we're here now. So.
Tell us your view of the start. What a belter.
Well, just dug in and it almost felt like it was wheeling off the line, and then we was leading it for the first quarter of a lap, and that was a good feeling, wasn't it?
It was. Well done, guys. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Well done, chaps. Cheers. And Tony Thurkel confirmed in that third place. Trevor Johnson. Tony, all right. How was that?
Oh God, that
made that hard work, didn't you?
That was hectic, mate. Blimey. Hey, I hope Dave's all right.
Yeah, okay. No idea what the situation is.
Cross ways was he spun it in front of me into banking, and his sidecar wheel went down my wheel arch.
Oh, lovely.
Like on top of wheel arch and hit Trevor's shoulder. But yeah, no, it was hard work. I made it hard work for myself. I didn't get a good start, and these young lads, they're just it's getting out of hand.
It is getting out of hand, but it isn't that good to see in the classic race, and you got these young lads.
Absolutely brilliant. Somebody like Danny that comes in his mid-20s, Vermeulen from Holland is in his mid-20s riding that Triumph 3. That's what we want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. Couldn't have wished for a better night, couldn't have wished for a better race. It
Good
was
fun?
absolutely brilliant.
Where did you manage to get past number 47 first off? And you two were trading paint at 1.2
yeah, well,
here.
he crashed in front of us.
Yeah, okay.
Across four ways.
Is that cross four ways? Is
yeah,
it? Okay.
And that's what happened. Then I got right up behind Danny on last lap, coming into Castletown corner. And I thought, am I going to have a go? Am I going to go? I thought, no, I'm making an idiot of myself and go straight on. So I just followed him home.
Yeah, there's always Monday.
There is. There is.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
So, cheers. Thanks very much. And the final man we're going to speak to is Trevor. Where's Trevor gone? There he is. How is that, young man?
A bit hectic. Yeah, but
hectic?
Yeah. I don't like getting hit by other outfits flying through the air. It's not pleasant.
No, I'm sure it isn't, no. But
yeah, I hope they're all right. And yeah, we have fun. That's what we're here for, isn't it?
And hoping for a better start from the driver on Monday.
Yeah, he'll do what he'll do. I have to look after the youngsters, don't I?
You do. Well done.
Thank you.
There we go. So there's your top three, Tim, in the three-wheeling sidecar race. Chris and the guys from three-wheeling are here about to do the presentation, guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're ready now, I think we're ready. We are ready to go. In second place, number 2, Tony Thurkle and Trevor Johnson.
Chris Bowman.
Yes, thank you, Chris. Yeah, Chris from three-wheeling. Thank you. Third place on your... That'll do. Second place, Danny Quirk and Dylan Weston. Well done, guys. And your race winner of the three-wheeling sidecar race number 1 is number 4, Rod Bellis and Glenn Dawson. So well done to our first three. Chris from the three-wheeling guys gives them their award, gives them their sashes, gives them their... In the middle, there you go, in the winners. That's the wrong way round, but it's all right. We can get round that. Look at that. And the old sparkling champagne is there again from the Forage and Vintners guys. For the first three in the Sidecar Classic race, well done to them three. And we'll hand back to Tim to tidy up at the start finish. Tim, back to you.
Thank you very much indeed, and thanks also to Rob Pritchard out there at Cross Four Ways. What a day we have had. It's been sun-kissed fun here at Boulogne. We've had a great afternoon of practice that went like with military precision, like clockwork, and we've had the first three races. So we've had the SPR Singles Classic race. The winner of the 350 class, making it 19 wins, was Mike Hose. And the 250, a debut win for Andy Hunt. Then we had the A.D. Hewitt Dental Practice 1100cc Classic race over 7 laps. A win, despite a bit of a leak from Dominic Herbertson. But what a battle we were treated to all around the course. The fans will have loved it. Between eventually in second, Alan Oversby, and in third, Jamie Coward. And then we just had the sidecar, and as we've been hearing, Bellis and Dawson took the win ahead of Quirk and Weston, and Thurkle and Johnson completed the podium. We've got a day of racing on Monday, morning and afternoon action, and the roads close at 10 past 9 in the morning. Don't forget the roads remain closed here until the road's opening car has gone past. Important information. Don't assume racing's finished. I can now go on to the track. You can't do that until the road's opening car has gone through. It hasn't yet here on the bypass, so roads remain closed. But they will close on Monday at 10 past 9 until 10 past 12. There's then a break until 1 o'clock for a quick lunch, and then we're here from 1 till roughly 3:40. But if everything goes to plan, it'll be a good deal earlier than that. A car now just coming into view on the... It is the road's open car going past us here on the Castletown bypass. So with that, I'm sure a few people, I know Mr. Kinley will be wanting to go and watch some other form of sport. But we've had the purest form of sport here at Colas Boulogne at the Blackford's Financial Services Pre-TT Classic Road Races. Road racing is back after an absence here on the Isle of Man. With that, back to the studio.